Well, look at this. I'm streaming. Who'd have thought that this would ever happen again? Actually, it would be me, because I don't know when to quit. Yeah, hello. How's it going? We're back to the Outer Worlds. Because we got a murder to solve, and I'm ready to get that going again. So let's do that, shall we? Yes, I think we shall. Yes, I think we will in fact do this. Another 2 days between this stream and the last one. What can I say? Just keep getting lazy. I mean, laziness knows no bounds. You'd think I would use the laziness to play games more, but Also, I had to mess with some things. I tweaked the filters a bit again. It's finally nice warm weather. I can have the windows open and get some airflow. But I am worried that the occasional loud noise will come through from down below. So I had to tweak things a little bit. Now, if I remember right, we were on the trail, we were still in the orchard, and yes, secret Rizzo's lab. Well, not really a secret lab, but it's a lab. Speak with Dr. Blossom. Right, we walked in here and we got a message. Residue you found in the bottom of Halcyon Helen's shoes indicate she visited Rizzo's Purpleberry Orchard short time before her death. Yeah, she'd come in here at some point. Let's investigate. Also, pick up anything that is nailed down, because that's what we do. Ugh. I was gonna say, was there just a manual haze floating here in the corner? But no, it's slowly coming out of this hole in the wall. Somebody knocked over that lamp. How dare they? Oh, that must be the doctor over there. Neat. So was there something clipping through the table? No, it was just a tiny ring. Rizzo's Research and Development District. Can't do the hack. To Department Utility. Cleanup request. From Department Reception. Hello, I'm so sorry I haven't had the chance to get your name yet and update the terminal. When you have a moment, could you bring up a mop to the lobby? Dr. Blossom seems to have had a rather rough night and spilled some coffee on the floor. Thank you. From L. Blossom to all departments. What in the architect's blue blazes is going on? What in blessed corporate law is all that commotion down there? I don't believe the rocket fuel combination distillery mixture was scheduled for another week. Could someone please inform me as to what the racket is all about? You better have a damn good reason for interrupting my meeting with the administrator. I expect a full explanation and apology within the next 15 minutes or people are going to start losing jobs. Who'd have thought? Something's gone wrong. Oh, there's multiple people held up in there.
You hate to see it.
Rizzo's first product. Before Rizzo's was a confectionery juggernaut, you know and love today, it was an above-average chemical waste management corporation. I would be worried if a company that made food originally got started in waste management. On one otherwise unremarkable day, an employee on the slurry stirring shift leaned a little too far over a chemical vat, dropping a single purple berry that had been hidden in his jacket pocket. Instead of being immediately fired for his hazardous incompetence, the employee was given an ultimatum by his supervisor. retrieve the fallen fruit, and stay employed. The employee jumped into the vat, swam for the purple berry, and accidentally swallowed it. The rest is history. After he was pulled from the toxic waters, the stir stated that the chemical-coated purple berry hadn't been half bad, before falling into a toxic coma. Giving his supervisor the idea to sterilize and adjust the chemical mixture for human consumption, soon the sour, sweet-coated purple berries were more or less edible, becoming Rizzo's first mass-marketed product, the Purple Berry Bunch. Oh, hi, it's Benda and Machat. How's it going?
How in the Aether did you get in here? You're not a Rizzo's authorized. Oh, void it all. What does it even matter now? What do you want? Speak up and quickly if you will.
Not used to the camera being this far back. In fact, I think this is the first time I've spoken to somebody and the camera wasn't right up in their face. One more day till vacation? You're going on a vacation, did you tell me about that? If you did, I don't remember, because my memory sucks. Okay, you did tell me that, alright. What do I want? I'm investigating Halcyon Helen's murder. Was she here recently?
You do know that Halcyon Helen is a fictional character portrayed by the late actress, Ruth Bellamy, yes? One can't be too sure with so many simpletons around in the day-to-day. Regardless, I am not at liberty to divulge such information with non-employees or personnel lacking security clearance level Spectrum Orange. Of course, if you were to say, contract your services to me, I suppose I could grant you clearance enough to answer your murder-related questions, Mr. Inspector. You see, I've found myself in a bit of a pickle. Some of my lab techs have turned rather aggressive following a recent experiment gone awry. Hence why I've barricaded myself in the lab.
There isn't anything you can do to help?
Yes. I suppose I should make myself useful. Let me think. Ah, I know. I can remotely unlock the supply closets in the lower levels of the lab. Perhaps you'll find some useful apparatus or two in them.
You're going to Vegas? Oh yeah, you did tell me about that. Well, I hope you have fun. Yeah, you probably will. It's Vegas. Didn't see any hostiles on the way here from the entry door. You could make a run for it.
And lose my life's work? You want me to just burn my lab and my entire future to the ground over one experiment that's gotten rather out of hand? No, I think not. We merely need to clean up the mess, so to speak. Reset the lab back to functional parameters.
At least call it what it is, lady. This is gonna be a slaughter.
Staff can be replaced, you know. Research data? Now that's invaluable.
What goes on in these labs that would turn your researchers against you?
Oh no. They're quite unaware of their actions, I'm afraid. We're a research and development branch of Rizzo's, focused primarily on the Spectrum vodka line. But the specific research that goes on in this facility is utterly confidential. You understand?
Bitch, you do realize that I'm going into the lab and I'm going to learn everything that's been happening here. You can't ask me to solve your problem and not expect me to go digging through all your stuff. Oh, in fact, that's what my first response is. I'll find out when I hunt through the labs. You might as well tell me up front.
So you've no qualms about snooping through my precious research files?
I don't.
But will you understand the data once you've acquired it?
Yes.
Essentially, we research new innovations for an array of Rizzo's products. My present troubles stem from one we've just developed. The product's potential for profit is nearly limitless. But I'm afraid explaining the science behind it would far exceed your capability for understanding.
I'm about to far exceed the end of my pistol upside your head. If you keep talking down to me. Oh man, I actually do need a lot of science in order to understand this. Ellie, any thoughts on what it could be?
If it's causing sudden aggressive behavior in lab technicians, there must be a fast-acting neurological agent of some kind.
I've underestimated you. Yes, it seems to be an adverse effect of several organisms attaching to a subject. Quite unnerving.
Alright, I'll take care of your problem, but I'll need you to answer some questions afterward.
Excellent. You have my gratitude, and soon you'll have my knowledge of Miss Bellamy's recent visit as well. Now, if you'd rather not kill my lab techs during this cleanup, I believe you can dispense a sedative gas from a terminal in the utility room.
Better than cold-blooded murder.
The door to the lower labs is sealed for our safety, so you'll need to take the elevator down. I'll unseal the access hallway for you now. Do take care.
Okay, then. Door's locked, of course. Memo, mind the gas canisters. Hello, everyone. This is your friendly custodial staff offering a preemptive apology if the elevator hall is crowded with gas canisters. There are quite a few of them and only one of me, so I'm moving them in loads down to the utility room. Do be cautious. They're filled with a sedative potent enough to put a hungry Mama Raptidon out cold. Thank you for your understanding. Memo, after work bar meetup. Dear esteemed colleagues, my team and I are all heading to the Grand Colonials bar this evening for some drinking and fellowship. All real scientists are welcome to join us. You know, the ones that produce quantifiable data and theorems and don't spend their time jabbering over how this lighting on the bottle will increase customer sentiment. Cheers from some who understand that market researchers aren't real scientists. I mean, they're not. They're researchers. Who's saying market researchers are scientists? Okay, memo, increased protective measures. Team, as we continue our new round of research and product development... Okay, a bus was rolling by and I wanted to see if the microphone picked that up. And it didn't, so that's good. As we continue our new round of research and product development, I am increasing the required safety gear for lab workers involved. As some of you know, a few recent accidents involving subjects have left workers maimed, scarred, and one worker had their left hand permanently discolored to a shade of lime green. Rizzo's Research and Development District Labs is expected to continuously produce revolutionary advancements in the food and beverage industry. These measures will help us in the further pursuit of that mission. None of that was particularly important. Alright, yeah, that door's sealed. Down we go. Usually they pop in the elevator with you. Yep. Worm-infested people.
Going silent.
Alright, if there's a way to get these people uninfested, let's at least try to sneak through here a little bit. Which I don't think I'll be able to do because the door's barred. Yeah, we'll have to do some murder. Unless, did I have anything that could, like a science weapon? No, I put all my science weapons away. That's my discrepancy amplifier. That's not a weapon. Maybe I could rush past them. And that is highly unlikely. Whoop. Sneaking is not my forte. I don't even remember. Is sneaking even a stat in this? It is. You know, it could be worse. There's a guy right on the other side of the wall here. Probably not. Yeah, there's no way I'm getting to that terminal without getting spotted. Then again, that guy is facing the other way. Quick save there.
If it weren't for the random explosive canisters everywhere, I'd almost call this cozy.
Is there anybody in this room? Oh, shoot, there's one right there. Ah. Okay, now we're doing this. We're doing this. I'll read those when I'm not in sneak mode.
Imagine making that much of the stuff and it still tastes bad.
What was that, Ellie? I couldn't hear you. You're talking to me through every wall. Beep. Ah, got it. Ooh, that worm almost spotted me. Good thing these guys are basically invisible. Dispense sedative gas.
Erratic footsteps of my pacing delirious employees have ceased. So I presume the sedative worked. Please return for consultation at once. And do remember, unauthorized access to confidential Rizzo's information is a capital offense.
Access confidential Rizzo's information. Got it. Are we already done? Is this the only level to this place? Oh, there's some stairs over there. Alright, time to go digging through their stuff. Memo, new employee orientation. Welcome, insert name. We're happy to have you as the new mechanic/custodian at insert location. It is your responsibility to ensure your location of employment is tidy and works like a charm. Your duties include, but are not limited to, cleaning of all surfaces, regular maintenance of all machinery, restocking employee break areas, maintenance of all electronic systems, keeping inventory of the location's operational item reserves, voluntary assistance for the lab's research as needed, maintaining thorough documentation for your possible successor. We know that sounds like a lot, but don't worry. Your predecessor has kept thorough documentation for your needs that you can find on this terminal. We hope you're excited to begin this most fulfilling career. And remember, whoa, 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 it's Rizzo's. I could have done that better. Okay, file. How to be a janitor. Training file corrupted. Please guess how to do your job to the best of your ability. Good training. Got some logs. First day. I've gotten 17 requests from the lab workers that I had to respond to, and also managed to find time to sweep, mop, and buff this whole place. I was hoping that the employee how-to document would help with some of these machines that I've never seen before in my life, but guess what? The asshole left it completely blank. I got a request from Dr. Blossom to hook up the gas lines to some canisters that are mixed with a heavy sedative for dispersal in the lower labs. Luckily, I've got enough experience cleaning all the muck that builds up in the vents to get it all done in a couple of days. Still, I wonder what they are needing this for. I think they took the last of the Raptidons out of the lab last week. I guess the pheromone flavoring results weren't as promising as they'd hoped. Also, how come I'm not affected by the sedatives? I guess maybe they're specifically tuned to those little worms. Jackpot. Since I read that stupid orientation document, I've been hoping they'd ask me to volunteer for something, and here it is. I get to be a taste tester for their newest Spectrum flavor. I'm heading to the lab right after I fix the clog in the showers. So exciting. Well, he's either dead or one of the people that got knocked out. An assortment of adhesive notes. It appears whoever works here uses adhesive notes to stay organized. A couple of the more intelligible notes. Rockwell visit to do. Confiscate badges done. Wait, Rockwell visited this facility? Did he? Reprint badges pending. Change maintenance locks. Order new locks. Reevaluate lockdown procedure updating. Docking authority. Intake bet over under weekly. Bottles 5, SIGs 21, weapons 4. And none of that's important. Alright, job well done. This is the first time I've ever snuck for any purpose in this game. I didn't think it would work. I guess it helps that Nyoka provides a nice sneak bonus. Lab notes. Product Innovation Lab. Trial K08 has produced moderate results. The zero-calorie sweetener produces 36% of the amount of dopamine compared to the popular cigarette brands. It is possible that this is as far as we can go without introducing substances that would categorize this as a tobacco product. And we're already towing the line as it is. I'm interested in a trial with a larger set of subjects. However, lab's resources are getting cut thanks to the new lab that's begun across the hall. Maybe we can offer it to our colleagues in the marketing lab. Show them a thing or two about proper science. Loads of messages. From Department Product to Blossom. Dr. Blossom, I apologize, but I wouldn't be doing the team justice if I didn't question the budget cuts this lab has seen. We've had to shelve 13 products and we're losing 2 more researchers? Honestly, whatever's being developed in the lab across the hall better be more addictive than Adrenatime. From Department Product to Blossom. I apologize for our team's outburst at the product presentation. I assure you, we didn't intentionally mean to scream in terror and assume the fetal position when Spectrum Brown and its slogan were unveiled. It has to be something the marketing lab did. For law's sake, they aren't even real scientists. From Blossom to Department of Marketing and Department Product. Stop immediately. I am sending this message to both teams in the marketing and product labs. I do not know the extent of your squabbles, but they end here. If it weren't for the incredible projections Spectrum Brown shows, we'd all be out of work after the embarrassment at the presentation. I expect more from both departments. From Blossom to all departments. What? Alright, this message was on the upper computer. We already read that one. Must be the break room. Gotta be the break room if there's a piano. Or... It's got like these two kind of nice sections, I wonder... What's up with this room? This is not a break room. It doesn't... It's like partially one? Oh, you know, this must be marketing. These are like sets where they like do like little marketing shots of people like using the products. That's what this is. Gotcha. Team, don't drink the coffee. I told Blossom we weren't crazy. Every single one of us began to have clinical insomnia, and she tells us it's because we drink too much coffee. Well, it is because of the coffee, or more so what's in the coffee. I had the janitor swap out the coffee grinds an hour later than usual this morning, and what do you know? I've been asleep all day. Those jerks in product have been messing with our supply. Don't ask me how, I just know it. They think they're so smart because they know how molecules work? Well, they aren't the only ones that can create a chemical dependency. I've got a Pavlovian prank in place for the Spectrum Brown presentation that'll cause quite the show. So it was because of the marketing research people. From marketing to Blossom. Subject Halcyon Helen. We're thrilled to hear the news that Rizzo's secured Halcyon Helen as a spokesperson for the new Spectrum product. Our data shows she has favorable dispositions in many key categories, including the coveted 18 to 34 regularly employed existential crisis demographic. We'd be happy to show her some of our product advertisements ideas. That's why she would be here. She was probably just working with the marketing people. It makes a lot of sense. Right, we've read that message. We read that message. Anything that needs repairing? A little bit. Not getting any information on the worms yet. This looks like worm development. Yeah, this is worm development. Our discovery. Finally finished our first set of experiments on those parasites we harvested from the infected would-be attraction animals, and the results have been... What the hell am I doing? Why am I taking this tone? Who's going to see this aside from members of the research team? I barely need to mention how beyond completely phenomenal today's find has been. Not only have we discovered why Harold, the system's saddest teacup canid, had his remarkable turnaround. Frankly, I'm amazed no one realized something was awry earlier. His cage was only about as large as he was. By the way, Myers, there goes your daily adreno injections theory, you buffoon. But we've also found something that will find me to the vice presidential position in no time. Remind me to devote a bench commemorating the Rizzo's self-industrial exploration team for giving their lives to bring back the Eridanium gigaseus from the Holy Caves. I'll also be certain to devote an even larger bench to myself for finding the birth site of the parasites and ordering experiments to start. I've already been in talks with management about ideas for products that could utilize the parasites' joy-intensifying hormones. It's amazing that Slug hasn't looked deeper into this. We may have had to cede them the land, but seemingly they haven't disturbed our research. Well, their oversight is Rizzo's immense benefit. Great job, me. This is written by Dr. Blossom. Okay, this is where the important information is. Today's incident. Slug Lab. I'm sure some of you are still shaken by the events earlier today, but the course of science never did run smooth. The benefits of our research are easily worth the potential risks associated. Garcia would most certainly agree if she were still alive. I've talked to Administrator Ludovico about setting up an additional security measures in case of another test subject breach. In the meantime, for the love of the architect, do not infect an individual test subject with more than one parasite. The frenetic joy will have to be enough, at least for now. I'm still looking into promotional means, but I think we'll find something soon. Some Rizzo's product engineers have discussed mass-producing the parasites and placing them in some kind of beverage to evenly distribute the joy-inducing hormones. Things still seem very promising. I look forward to the day when I can leave this backwater facility behind. Oh, a second. It's not that hard. It's sometimes kind of hard to tell how loud the computer is because I'm always wearing these headphones. I was just wondering if it was maybe running hot or something, but nah, it's just kind of noisy. Not like distractingly noisy, but yeah, something to keep track of. Gas and test subjects. Blossom demanded we help the engineering team produce a gas that would target the neural links of individuals infected by Eridanium gigaseus. Well, we did, and it was simple enough. Just isolated a particular cell type only found in the parasites and produced an enzyme that would shock them temporarily into stasis. But you better believe the second it came time to tell the administrator about it, she was the one who had developed the gas, and she was the one who had primarily been working with engineering to get everything together. She takes credit for the initial finding, and even after Dr. Garcia's death, which was basically all Dr. Blossom's fault, she still somehow manages to find a way to spin things in our favor. Some of the other researchers were talking about altering the gas not to target test subjects, but to target her, and for it not to render its target unconscious, but dead. I wouldn't write this down, but I know Dr. Blossom doesn't read log entries that she didn't write. Tell you, their ideas are beginning to seem more and more appealing. She's a serial glory stealer is what she is. To Department Slug. From Department Slug to Department Utility. At your earliest convenience, the Slug Lab requires your sanitation services for cadaver removal. There are 2 bodies at present in the RR and DD labs, 1 scientist and 1 test subject. Send a team to move personal corpses to the incinerator. After this, please send a hazard team to dispose of the test subject. For highly classified reasons, the corpse can emit certain chemical compounds that are extremely dangerous if mishandled. Please don't skimp on the protective gear. We'd hate to have to hire a separate utility team to pick up the bodies of yours. From Blossom to all the... Okay, yeah, that's that system-wide message again. I swear from the map up top, I thought this place would be bigger. I should check the other stairwell before I go up that way. That looks like it goes up into her little office. Where she's held up at. Yeah. Yeah, there wasn't gonna be a lot in the kitchen. Right. I just had to click on something. Observation control room.
Just doing the... Oh my law. It's you. Wait. What do you think you are?
What?
The hell was that?
Uh-oh. Shit.
Well, shit. This case just got a bit more interesting.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Who's responsible for this? Damn it. This is what I get for taking my time. Oh, there's Dr. Blossom. She's dead. Ah, wrong button. Hold on.
Confirmation of discrepancy confirmed. This person is most definitely dead. But recently, they were still alive.
Excellent observation. Well, let's examine the body first. You're sure you heard gunshots earlier, yet this victim's loss of blood is oddly minimal. Curious.
These puncture marks. It looks like she was injected with something.
Although you distinctly remember hearing gunshots over the intercom, you don't see any bullet casings.
Anyone else think there should be more bullet holes here?
Well, they're definitely dead. Any idea what happened?
5 kills. Five kills in and out before we could catch a glimpse of the culprit? I'd expect more blood.
There are lots of ways to kill someone without spilling blood. But I guess this isn't the time.
The organic matter that comprises this lab worker died at a similar time and of similar circumstance as the other corpses already scanned. The organic matter that comprises this lab worker died at a similar time and of similar circumstance as the other corpses already scanned.
Ooh, unique weapon. It actually looks unique, too. Cool. Alright, well, if there's one thing we can tell before we look at that computer, she reacted as if she knew the person who had showed up before they were shot. Ooh, phonograph.
It's not gonna... Oh, whoops. There it is. Okay. This is... This is Dr. Blossom. Eridanium gigaseous slug research report 1. Subject, a bunch of slugs. Ugh. These things may well be Rizzo's ticket to the top of the board. But at the end of the day, they still look like my brother would if he ever stopped wearing that damn toupee. Initially found these little bastards suckling on the hairy undersides of a teacup canid. Much
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
exploitation reserve. The backstabber. Suffice it to say that these things are parasites. The canid didn't seem to mind, but it's almost as stupid as my research staff. Good stuff. Oh, whoops. Got some spectrum on the dissection subject. That's fine. Yeah, I think I see a couple sacs in the worm. Might secrete enzymes or poison or something. We'll figure it out later. Starting to see doubles, so I'm going to switch to working on the Gatling. Almost got the spectrum lock done.
Why did I not check this room before I went upstairs? Ah, looks like test subjects. So she was drinking while doing a dissection? Ooh, what's this? A weird sulfur-soaked top hat. This top hat once belonged to Captain Phaeson of Byzantium, last seen on Terror on Monarch, standing much too close to the edge of a sulfur pit. The pungent accessory should serve as a reminder of any terrible dangers found on Monarch, and a further example of why no self-respecting Halcyonite should ever visit. I can't even take the hat. Disgusting. Yeah, this is where they get rid of the bodies. Door is weirdly damaged. Oh, I think I see where that comes out at. Alright, so yeah, I didn't really miss a whole lot down there. Alright, back upstairs to investigate. I gotta check every little corner. I am compelled to explore, damn it. Alright, let's check out that computer. Actually, let's check this computer. I want gun. Collect all 8 variants of Spectrum vodka? Weapon requires loaded Spectrum vodka array to be functional. 3 out of 8. Deposited. The Gatling taunts me from behind its glass cage. The infernal void damn thing refuses to work, and I know the exact cause. It's me. Why am I wired like this? Why? Whenever I tried to fiddle with the internals sober, I broke parts off, or connections failed to fire, or pieces stuck out of the casing and shorted out other components. So, of course, the solution was obvious. Get at least a little plastered prior to the work period. Every work period. Get a little plastered prior to the work period, every work period. When I relax, my hands don't shake, and it's so much easier to see where things should fit and how to bridge certain connections. The problem, of course, is that I also get artistic. Why should a weapon work on mechanics alone? Why should you have to, say, slot one of every single kind of Spectrum vodka into the thing before it will fire for the first time? I don't even know if it's tied to the weapon's internals or if it's some kind of lock, but it seems like it should fire and absolutely will not. I have to get one of every kind of Spectrum, including black. I can only hope the storage warehouse has had a recent shipment of the entire Spectrum, or all this work will have been for nothing. I have to be the dumbest genius this side of Halcyon. Where's the... Doesn't say which flavors are in, and I don't see where you're supposed to deposit them. How many Spectrums do I have? I got Spectrum Brown. Oh, that's a new flavor. 2 to strength, 2 to charm, health up, mind attributes down, dexterity down, mind attributes up? Wait, what? Oh, that's specific to brown vodka. Temperament up 1, body attributes down another 1. That is a lot of various effects. Spectrum red, Spectrum orange, Spectrum black. I think I have every kind. Investigate the storage warehouse's inventory log. Alright, well, I'll figure out where that is after I do this. Alright, what do we got here? View download confirmation. Error, file deleted, was successfully downloaded to external data cartridge. Something was taken. From Administrator Ludovico to Blossom. Apologies for the late notice, but Miss Bellamy has requested a tour of the facilities while she is visiting Eridanos' Halcyon Helen. Please prepare for her arrival in the morning. Okay. From Blossom to Blossom. Note to self. Well, Leora, you did it again. At long last, you located a bottle of Spectrum Black hidden in a crevice of musty shelf space in the storage warehouse last night. Not much closer to finally getting the Spectrum Gatling to work. And what happened? You got all the way back to the water tower before running into a group of primals already diverting themselves with fruits of fermented variety. One bad blackout later, and here you are, covered in primal vomit without the Spectrum Black. Get it together. Yeah, that message again. There's a file on the parasite, but I can't hack
Whatever's
it.
on that file was worth murdering these people. Now, I'm doubly intrigued.
Alright, got one more discrepancy over here.
Body heat readings indicate that the culprit was just here, mere moments earlier in the timeline.
Let's examine the grate. You gauged that this vent probably isn't supposed to be gaping open, but beyond that, it's difficult to tell if someone used it to enter the lab or to escape from it. Seems daring either way, and fun if a little scary, like something a character in a serial adventure might do. Examine the fuse box. There's a wire cut in the box. Someone wanted the power cut to something, but you're not quite sure what. Well, I can't get up there. Who could be responsible for this? Where is this warehouse? Is that outside? That's outside. Well, shoot, let's head on out.
Attention all personnel. Unscheduled pollinization cycle is about to commence. Please evacuate the orchards at this time. Releasing the wasquitos for pollinization. Cycle is now in progress.
Uh-oh.
Do you hear buzzing?
Someone's trying to clean this place up. Why is this map always so blurry? Alright, the warehouse is over that way. Alright, well, we better deal with this.
Here we go!
You just shoot wasps. That's what you really do. You ever get attacked by wasps, you just shoot them.
In the event you become trapped in a space with one or more wasquitos, try standing still. Just kidding. You died long before a wasquito grew tired of stinging you.
Yeah, this place is turning into a fucking war zone.
Discrepancy detected nearby.
Holy shit! Holy shit!
No problem.
Get over here, you jerks. Holy shit. Why are there so many? Goddamn.
Got another fighting me.
Abort pollination cycle. Check recent activity. The last activity recorded exceeds this system's 2-week threshold and has since been purged. From M. Chen to H. Lawson. Real funny. Hilda, generally when two co-workers get blasted out of their minds on Spectrum vodka and one of them makes a joke about how wild it would be if someone put wasps and mosquitoes together, he doesn't wake up the next day with a promotion and a couple 100,000 rabbit insects on his back porch. I can appreciate a good joke as much as the next guy, but I got a message earlier today about making sure I increase quarterly yields, and it wasn't from you. If you wanted to, I don't know, bail me out sooner rather than later, I'd be most obliged. Subject, bail me out. Hilda, to put it bluntly, this place is one bad key press away from total disaster. Earlier today, I accidentally selected the begin pollination cycle function on this terminal. The cycle just activated. No password protection, no confirmation message, nothing. Well, shit, it was pretty easy to set these things loose. As it so happened, there was a scheduled tour making its way through the orchards at about that moment. Somehow, that idiot groundskeeper's exterminator mechanicals got activated, giving the mosquitoes something to sting that wasn't a tour group. Those people barely got away with their lives, and I don't think we'll be so lucky next time. My supervisor has apparently scheduled me for some kind of standard medical treatment, but when I come back, I better have a message from you apologizing for not responding to my messages and containing an immediate transfer to somewhere that isn't here. I've had enough. Apology. Hilda, I relayed my last message to you, and I feel I owe you the deepest and most heartfelt of apologies. I have been such an entitled boor since I received this promotion. In reality, I should have been thanking you. To oversee the day-to-day comings and goings of creatures as majestic as these wasp-mosquitoes is a great honor. Congratulations on your promotion, by the by. I would have thought I'd be mad, especially considering how central my wasp-mosquitoes were to your new position, but since that treatment, I've found it difficult to stay mad about much of anything. I hope you enjoy Byzantium. Ah, he got hit by... he got a worm. He got wormed. Bunch of scientists killed. Then they set mechanicals and wasp mosquitoes loose. Someone's trying to interfere with my investigation and possibly engage in some corporate espionage.
Hardline discrepancy detected nearby.
Oh shit, I got a message saying there was a discrepancy outside the wasp mosquito area. Hang on a minute. I must investigate everything! It was right out here, wasn't it? Where was that? Something around here buzzed when I got close. Ah, it was in here. This multi-purpose tool would be nondescript anywhere else. But here, there's something strange about it. Inspect the casing. This casing is pockmarked and scratched. It's been well used. You also notice an inch-long steel panel haphazardly nailed to the side. Let's construct a lever to remove the panel. You collect a nearby rod of metal and, sliding it beneath the panel, push down on it until the panel comes free. As it falls away, you see that it was hiding a slug logo. Let's scan the chemical makeup of the tool.
Tool is comprised of 99% plastic, 0.5% steel, and 0.5% carbonated sugary beverage. Trace amounts of kerosene, alcohol, hydrazine, and liquid hydrogen also detected.
So, what'd you find?
Person who set the trap for us was Rizzo himself. You could be a real goofball during this investigation. Just because this is a slug tool doesn't mean it was used by a slug employee. The fact that this didn't come from the orchard, that is definitely true. There's a foreign substance on the tool. This thing didn't originate in the orchard.
This Waspito fiasco wasn't an accident, huh?
Looks like I can still... Yeah, I'll still say it. It's also likely that whoever released the Waspkitos was a slug employee.
Does that mean we can toss them over the side of the complex when we find them?
Yes, Ellie. I like the way you think. What is the detection range on this thing? Oh, look at, there's some glow over there. Oh man, this thing detects discrepancies from really far. The range on this thing, damn.
This console is 95% non-functional. Remaining 5% functionality stems from display reading console non-functional. Cause of shortout is most likely related to purple residue splattered all across the keyboard.
Taste the residue. Oh man. I'm not gonna put the purple stuff in my mouth. Perform a chemical analysis.
Substance contains trace amounts of purple berries, fruit flavors, and artificial sweeteners number 35, number 49, number 240, number 322, number 314, and many, many, many others.
Fuck it, we're tasting it.
Please stop tasting things, Captain.
You shush. It's super sugary, with the slight tang of purpleberry and a bunch of other tropical flavors all mixed together. It meshes well with the faint flavor of oil. I like how Nyoka responded like I've been tasting things ever since I got here, but I've been ignoring those options up until this point. Inspect the console. It looks like several of the electrical panels were removed, and then fastened back into place. Poorly. Alright, the Spectrum warehouse is over here. Let me over! Damn it. Oh yeah, it's this warehouse. I remember now. It's been a few days. Welcome to the Purpleberry Orchard storage building, the sweetest storage building this side of Eridanos. Please do not attempt to lick any part of the storage building. Most components contain at least 40% cyanide. Access inventory records. Current inventory, gardener, auto mechanical, about 23. Status beat up. Mosquitoes keep stinging these, breaking their stingers and dying. Should probably keep them separate. Mock apples and purpleberries. A heck of a lot. Hard to count. Do we really gotta number every single fruit? We've got more than enough. Mosquitoes. Couple hundred hives. Status real grumpy. Don't get stung by these. Spectrum vodka, all colors. Amount 1 left. 1 shipment to the purple puzzle hedges, 1 to the nut hut. Swing by the nut hut with some of my savings later today. Been a long week. Groundskeeper note. The purple berries are growing a heck of a lot faster than the auto mechanicals can pick them. I should be mighty perturbed by what we're wasting, but since I had that treatment, all I felt is glad about things. Goodness, this promotion sure was a life changer. Speaking of, Rudy, I have a feeling you're reading this. Caught you a couple times peering at me from behind hedges and the like. How about you swing by my shack and we bury the hatchet? I'm a changed man since you recommended me for this promotion. Got a bottle of Spectrum vodka we can share, and a chapter of the brand new Halcyon Helen cereal. Blech. Knew you never liked that. I got advanced copies. Come on by. I'm Jacob. Overseeing Orchardist note. Yarbo, I must admit that when your old superior described you as a misanthropic law-damned redacted, I did not expect you would ever acclimate to a position so many others have loathed. Productivity is at an all-time high, and what's more, you've not only impressed many visitors with your wonderful attitude, but you somehow seem to get along well with the mosquitoes. Or at least they haven't killed you yet. I would like to offer you an unprecedented reward, a one-time 15-minute break, to be taken at your discretion. Well done, Yarbo. From Carlos to Yarbo. Subject hypotheticals. So, Jacob, got a quick rhetorical question for you. Let's say, rhetorically, that one of the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve keepers got drunk and thought he'd indulge himself in some after-hours hunting. Let's say he theoretically released our primals, and those primals theoretically proceeded to beat him to death with his own rifle, then escaped to the orchards. Obviously, I'm not worrying for the sake of worrying, but if something like that were to happen, and I'm not saying it did, especially since such a screw-up would cost me my job, theoretically, Rizzo's may have tested some of their products on these primals. And these primals may have acquired a taste for Rizzo's booze that I know you have stocked in the orchards. Look, if you see any wayward primals, and I'm not saying you will, please, for the love of the law, send me a message. From Huntmaster Carlos. But I thought I recalled the mosquitoes.
Complain if I blazed a few trails through these hedges?
Welcome to the Rizzo's Purpleberry Puzzle Hedges, trademark. Grown on top of Industrial Sludge Pit 27C, these unusually tall purpleberry trees have grown lush, luxuriant foliage and are literally bursting with extra specially piquant purpleberries. As you wander through our winding maze, feel free to try a fresh purpleberry right from a branch. Maybe you'll discover our next new flavor. Limit 1 berry per customer. Do not try any purpleberries outside of the puzzle hedges. Some visitors have speculated as to the presence of a treasure at the end of the maze. While Rizzo's has placed nothing like this in the puzzle hedges, we still encourage you to explore to your heart's content. Should you experience dizziness, faintness, or simply get lost among the hedgerows during your exploration, please do not try to contact Rizzo's personnel. Simply shelter in place and rescue will arrive within 72 hours, guaranteed, excepting unplanned shutdowns and any other times deemed inconvenient by management.
Sup?
I've already told you 6 times, and I'll tell you 6 more. I don't want a fucking tour! You can badger me all you want. I don't care if I'm from Forest Mills. I'm here as an individual, and I have just as much right to be here as any other visitor. You're welcome to bring a lawyer if you really want to try to force me out, but I can guarantee you that I will bury them.
So do you scream at every single person who approaches you, or am I special?
Don't play dumb with me. How many of you fools have I spoken to by this point? 7? 17? Wait a moment. You have all your teeth. You're not soaked in filth, and you don't look quite as slack-jawed as the regular Rizzo's staff. Are you not with Rizzo's?
What made you think I was a worker? I'm not, no.
My mistake. I'd ask what your intention was for coming here in that case, but I imagine you're not here for the Spectrum original either. Regardless, please inform me if you'd be interested in a job. I've spent enough time out here that I'm starting to itch. I do not enjoy itching.
Nobody does.
I'm sure you have questions.
You mentioned working together?
I did. You see, Rizzo's has been advertising a contest in the puzzle hedges. Whoever gets to the center first gets a bottle of the first Spectrum ever made, the Spectrum original. My interest, however, lies with the associated promise, the chance to attend the Spectrum Brown unveiling and meet Halcyon Helen.
Helen's dead, but Rizzo's hasn't formally canceled the contest.
Indeed, you are a savvy one. Rizzo's can no longer make good on their promise, which means this entire contest is one big fraud case. All I need is a single piece of evidence. With the Spectrum original bottle, which is located in the center of the puzzle hedges, I will have all I need to sue Rizzo's for all they're worth. That's where you come in.
Why would Rizzo's give one of their original products away for free?
I don't know if you know this, but Rizzo's is on the outs. They're losing power and losing money. This was no doubt a desperate bid to regain some lost clout. That, or their marketing team is particularly spiteful. You know the saying, I'm sure. Why work for a promotion when sabotage takes half the time and a quarter of the effort?
They do say that. Why does Forest Mills want to sue Rizzo's?
Technically, I sue not on behalf of Forest Mills, but for my own benefit. In arbitration, it might be difficult to argue that this contest is designed to slight Forest Mills. However, as it so happens, if my lawsuit takes a chunk out of their savings, then I can collect while also damaging their capital. It's a mutual win. I make millions, Rizzo's falls further from the board's good graces, and Forest Mills products look that much more valuable compared to Rizzo's trash.
I'm not sure I understand why you need my help. It's just a maze, isn't it?
Navigating the maze is normally no easy task. Rizzo's has no interest in giving their property, however old, away for free.
If that means we're technically stealing, I'm in.
I'm glad you're feeling confident, but this maze is deadly by design. And if that weren't enough, Zimmerman and Navarre don't want anyone sneaking away with their prize. The place is mined and rife with murderous mechanicals.
Explains it. Oh, a viewbot. Fuck out of here, viewbot. Out of my chat. Is anyone else trying to get the Spectrum original?
2 buffoons, but persistent buffoons. There's that woman from Glacial Age who has perhaps never had an original idea in her life and hopes to pass the original off as her own. Then there's Navarre, who is strange. I suggested I give her the original after my lawsuit if we worked together, but she wouldn't hear of it. It must be hers alone, it seems.
Alright, I'll get it.
Excellent. I look forward to finally being able to focus solely on legal matters. Oh, and keep an eye out for competitors. Odds are they'll be looking out for the original as well.
here's a person.
My word, stranger, you sure gave me a fright. I thought you were one of those strange sorts heaving all over the place. Maybe they got a bad batch of purpleberry wine. Since you don't seem to be laughing maniacally or projectile vomiting, think you could do me a favor? I'm trying to come up with a new name for a glacial age product, but the creative side of things just isn't my area of expertise. Do you happen to have any ideas?
As it so happens, I freelance as a product design consultant. My advice isn't cheap.
Wow, a real consultant. And I had the good fortune for you to luck into me. I'd be delighted to pay you. So, the company I'm with is Glacial Age. Our products usually have a finer ring to them, and the product I'm trying to name is a vodka. Take your shot.
What are my options? Rainbow ice vodka, volatile vodka. Distilled Dreams by Glacial Age. I like the sound of rainbow ice. How about rainbow ice vodka?
Wow, that sounds great! I'm sure my bosses will love it. And don't worry, I'll absolutely credit you in one of the product footnotes.
Was I paid? I don't think I was paid. Pay me, damn it! I get the funny feeling you're not just here to... What is it you were trying to find a name for, anyway?
Oh, nothing all that fantastical. Just a new product idea Glacial Age R&D is working on. An idea that has nothing to do with why I'm in the puzzle hedges. But as it so happens, I'm a little on the lost side, so thinking about it helps keep the panic at bay. If you find a map or a stepladder or something, don't hesitate to let me know. I'm beginning to fear coming here wasn't worth the trouble.
Yeah, she's not hard to figure out. I'm going to take a wild guess, seeing how you're in this maze. You want to reach the center.
Close. I want what's in the center. You've heard of the competition, right? Whoever gets to the center gets a rare Rizzo's product and the chance to meet Halcyon Helen? My eyes on the rare Rizzo's product, namely the Spectrum Original, the first product Rizzo's ever made. I intend to reverse engineer it and make it Glacial Age's own.
Like anyone who drinks Glacial Age is gonna know the difference.
Ooh, this is dandy. I was not expecting any feedback from field testing before I'd even created the product. I'll be sure to jot that down for future reference. All I need for my prototype is the original itself. Then I can start production.
Isn't stealing the original to make your own project kind of dishonest?
Dishonest? I've only ever heard that word used in that arbitration serial Lawful Labelle. Rizzo steals, Spacer's Choice steals, Auntie Cleo steals. And so, if Rizzo's decides to release one of their original products for anyone to take, then it's Glacial Age's right to swoop in and be proactive.
I'm not seeing why you want my help.
It's these damn puzzle hedges. I don't know what I look like, but I reckon it ain't like a scrapper. That place is fit to burst with mines and killer machines. No doubt the work of my rivals. Better no one can get to the original if they can't have it.
You're not the only one seeking this product, right?
Reckon not. I've seen a couple of folks as out of place as, well, me. One's a lawyer. You can tell by the smell of cigarettes, booze, and tears. Must sense there's a lawsuit to be found with the original. On principle, I don't want him to get it. Also ran into a woman with a funny look in her eye. Plain told me she wanted the prize so she could stick it on a shelf. Hell's the use in that. Shelf ain't gonna help nobody.
I already promised to give the original to someone else.
Looks like the others are getting a little more aggressive. I know it's asking a lot, but maybe you could find it for me instead? Help out a struggling R&D developer?
Good luck with that.
My, oh my. Wouldn't it be wonderful if a freelancer could help rescue me from my horrible plight?
I don't like your attitude. I feel like you're a long way from the Glacial Ages office.
Hey, when a body hasn't contributed to her R&D team in what feels like months, she starts to pursue any leads that come her way. I tested into this job, same as anyone else, but there was a malfunction with the testing equipment during my final assessment. Makes me think that maybe I wasn't cut out for this. No matter what the scores say, it ain't easy for me to make things. Only had a few successes, like little cysties, pustules that pop, or my no muss, no fuss biodegradable bullets.
I don't think I've heard of either of those products.
Ah, well, some of these ideas are still works in progress, yes. Just got to iron out the kinks. They'll catch on. Oh, unrelated, but if you think you see any tears in my eyes, it's just allergies acting up. Lots of plants and pollen and such in these orchards.
Goodbye.
I can take a hint.
I'm guessing if we go down the other path, we'll find the crazy lady. Yeah.
Greetings. Have you brought your auto-mechanical to the service technician lately?
If I had both sneak and intelligence, I could say something. I think that's the first time there was a skill check in the dialogue that required two things. I mean, it was on my list of things to do soon.
I'll bet. Judging by this exchange, I presume you are not the person I was waiting here to meet.
If that was supposed to be a crowd phrase, why would you say something so obvious if I didn't say the right thing? How do you know I'm not?
You're not covered in a layer of dirt, fertilizer, and self-loathing. Listen, I don't know you, so I'd rather keep my admissions to a minimum without the presence of legal counsel. I was waiting for someone to give me information about these hedges. That's as much as you need to know.
Why do people who are hiding something always have so much to say about it?
I know!
I take offense to that. I think.
You should. I get it. You're after the prize in the center of the hedges, too.
Shh! Not so loud! Ah, damn it. I guess you already know.
Yeah, I know
indeed
things.
Looking for the prize. You've caught me.
Finding the bottle won't let you go to the unveiling. Why are you here?
What interest have I in an unveiling? I don't watch much in the way of serials, and crowds only make it easier for people to get behind you. I'm after the Spectrum original itself. And not to drink. Have you noticed that there's no trace of anything the corporations have done in the past? In fact, this contest for the original is the only time I've ever seen a corp refer to a prototype product not currently on the market. And why isn't it on the market?
Now that you mention it, that is a little strange.
Indeed. And it's happened before. Seems the Corp are trying to hide their past failings. Anyhow, it's valuable to me to collect that which might inform future generations.
You're not the only one looking for it, I am aware.
No. There's a bottom feeder who sees an easy payday connected to it, but he's hardly worth considering. I also briefly engaged with an optimistic young woman intending to use the original as a springboard for upward mobility. Better than letting it rot, but still not ideal.
Already plan on giving it to someone else.
Did you now? And how do you know the others aren't secretly Rizzo's agents who'll stab you in the back and take the bottle the moment you turn away? Give me the original and your actions will actually matter. I can promise you that.
Enough of that.
Think fast. Never know when someone will come out of a bush, bolt or pistol at the ready. Keep your voice down. Never know who might be listening.
If I had a nickel every time somebody jumped out of a bush and pointed a gun at me, I'd be a rich man. Who exactly are you?
Nobody of consequence. Think of me as an archivist. I collect that which the corporations have dismissed as failures and try to sweep under the rug. Take the recalled Spacer's Choice Powerhead. It was a shotgun shell on a stick, apparently supposed to be used like a spear. Had a tendency to ream the user's torso with buckshot. Corps don't want the common man to know about screw-ups like that, which is why I keep my actions decidedly in the shadows.
I do like her angle, but I also like the lawyer's angle. Don't much care for the other lady. You mentioned a prior Orchards contact?
I did. Someone I paid to inform on the Orchards after I heard murmurs of a prize here. For security reasons, I never learned much about my contacts. All I knew about this one was that they were a groundskeeper. But the one here is either senseless or acting very well. Presumably, whoever I was in contact with was lying. Or they were found out and hurled off the side of Eridanos. It's a risk of the business.
Goodbye. So this Spectrum quest, where I have to get every bottle of Spectrum, I have to get very specific bottles for some reason. Why? Why can't any bottle do? I completely missed the puzzle edges last time I was here. I get the feeling we're not even gonna find an actual bottle of the stuff. Or maybe we'll just find the bottle, but not the drink. It'll be empty or something. Hi.
Nothing like a good tussle.
Damn, just got a pile of dead guards. Got fucking garbage bins back here. Oh, they killed each other. Alright, where's the way in? Here it is.
There better be a...
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Don't interrupt each other, damn it. Purpleberry Hedges completion certificate. I knew it. Alright, so what's the discrepancy?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis. Ground appears to be scattered with purpleberry seedlings. This particular strain is of a variety proprietary to Rissos and should not be in common use.
Notice a glass bottle containing some of the seedlings half buried in dirt. That's not in the dirt, that's on a tile floor. As you turn it over, you find a label on the bottom that reads, Property of Carter Reynolds, Botanist. Looks like the person who took the original didn't hide their tracks so well. Also, for some reason, that didn't have the usual blowing haze around it. Congratulations, Explorer. You've reached the center of the Purpleberry's hedges. This certificate entitles you to a 5% discount on certain Rizzo's products on select Rizzo's vending machines. Note that the promise of discount is non-binding. Any failure to find Rizzo's vending machines accepting said discount are not the responsibility of the holder, not the Rizzo's Corporation. Are the responsibility of the holder, not Rizzo's Corporation. Any attempts to force a discount or dispute the grounds of the certificate, discount will be prosecuted to the full extent of lethal force. Right, I remember the groundskeeper. Alright. Time to go threaten somebody. Whoa. Didn't see or hear that one. Get me out of here. Nah. It doesn't even hurt, it's just annoying. Is there still fighting going on out there? How have they not completely killed each other yet? What the fuck is going on? Maybe they're programmed not to take any damage until the player gets involved. That's probably what's going on there. Hey, Mr. Botanist! Wait, there's a discrepancy?
Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known
Oh.
as Halcyon Helen.
I already did all that footprint finding. Hey, buddy.
Hello again, youngster. You're certainly doing a lot of running to and fro. Don't overexert yourself. The wasp-ketos can smell weakness. Bleeding hell. Standing up like this makes a body forget how stiff it gets bent over plants all day. Oh, seems I'm not as young as I feel.
I found this bottle at the heart of the puzzle hedges. Says it's yours.
Oh, there that damn thing is. Thank you. I guess this proves it's wise to label your things. Otherwise, some fool might use them as prizes in an ill-advised scavenger hunt.
Found it real close to where I should have found the Rizzo's original. Strange, huh?
I will admit, I did take the original, yes. But I did so to keep it away from those who shouldn't have it. It's safer in my hands. If you're here to get it, I might suggest you give up. I'm known to be quite a stubborn git.
Don't you think the mines and killer mechanicals were a bit of an overreaction?
The what now? I didn't order any mines or machines. I just paid Slug to encourage people not to enter the puzzle hedges. Figured they'd just dress somebody up like a primal and chase maze-goers, like we did after the Spectrum Black unveiling a decade back. Or maybe that was a real primal, I forget.
What do you want the original for?
I didn't want it for anything. I needed to keep it safe. Rizzo's almost never makes mistakes, but offering a classified original product to the public for free? Any upstart might grab it and use it to make Rizzo's look bad, or steal it to make a new product offshoot, or, law forbid, start a lawsuit of some kind. Better I hold on to it.
Did he know about those 3 people in the maze, or was he just guessing? You taking the original makes it look like Rizzo's lied about a prize, which is fraud.
Damnation, hadn't thought of that. Isn't my having it better than any random guest making off with it? I guess not, if it'll cause the company more trouble. Here's the original. Don't do anything with it that I wouldn't do.
Can I drink it? Sadly, I'm not giving the option to drink it. This is a bottle of Spectrum Original, the first Spectrum ever made. It is rather notably achromatic. Colorless, but not tasteless. Who do I want to give it to? Don't care much for the product lady. She seems like she's not even cut out for her job. And she just wants to use somebody else's work, which, you know, just because everyone else is doing it, I'm not going to help her with her, you know, product-based plagiarism, basically. So that leaves either the lawyer or the strange lady that just wants to preserve the bottle's existence. I do like the idea of, causing a major inconvenience and hurting the company. But I also like the idea of... I don't know, she wants to put it on a shelf just to preserve its existence? I mean, there's plenty of other ways to figure out that the corporations are fucking up. Probably dozens of ways Rizzo's been fucking up. Honestly, I'm gonna go with the lawyer.
I'm glad you're back. The sooner I gain your assistance, the sooner I can leave these miserable outdoors and return to my temperature-controlled office. I'm sure you have questions.
I have the original.
Ah, finally! Where have you been all my life, my darling? You and I will make quite a team, won't we? Your pay, good freelancer. I shall win this case in your honor.
Please do. Only 1,000 fucking bits. I am decidedly undervalued by people. Ah, I'm stuck on a rock.
That's the last of them.
Ow. I kept trying to get away from it, and I kept getting bumped away by stupid terrain meshing. Do. Spectrum green. I guess the only one I don't have is the, whatever one is being sold over at the shack. Also, I was asked to look for, like, slug causing problems. I guess I did.
Thanks for visiting Rizzo's Purpleberry Orchards, where insects and workers alike are always busy bees.
Right,
now I'd love to get you something, maybe a couple somethings. Whatever you like, I can sell it to you at a low, low price.
I want away from you as soon as possible. Have you sold any Spectrum from the storage warehouse shipment?
Wow, what a strange question. I'm much too delighted to be suspicious. I sold lower-level Spectrums to workers from RR&DD Labs, Hive Control, and the Conservatory. Jacob's predecessor also splurged briefly on a bottle beyond his pay grade, and Black Hole Birdie bought my most expensive Spectrum when he visited. I wish he'd bought more. Oh, if you're looking for your own Spectrum, remember that you can always buy from the Nut Hut or the Grand Colonial Bar, so long as you have the bits to back up your taste.
Okay, thank you. I had to come over here just to learn that the other ones I was missing are all the way back on the other friggin' side. Ugh. At least this place seems to be mostly clear. Must not be any bugs left. Does it say how many I've got? I got the green. I got the orange? I don't remember exactly which ones I'm holding, and it doesn't strictly say. She said Black Hole Birdie bought one, but I haven't even seen the guy. Wait, there's one in the lab? I was in the labs.
Caught a real lucky break working on Eridanos. I could have been stuck on Terra too.
Spectrum Indigo. Alright, where's this bottle? Oh, there's a room here I hadn't gone into. Vodka Violet. Oh, I've got all 8 variants. Neat. Other than that bottle, there's nothing really special in here. Let's get our gun. Ta-da!
Captain, you just found a Rizzo's product I might actually like.
Dibs. Mega dibs. You give that directly to me.
Alright, hold on now. Captain gets first swing at the new weapon. The Spectrum Gatling. Developed in Rizzo's Research and Development District Labs, this minigun is both inspired and powered by Rizzo Spectrum Vodka. Shoot some shots, vodka shots, and taste the pain bow. Finally, a unique-looking weapon. I like it. Ooh. What fun. So, 140 DPS. Oh man, imagine if I had actually taken the friggin' science weapon improvement perks. This would... Well, I'll run it up with in my own hands for a bit, but maybe if I... You know, pistols are kind of my main deal, so... It won't be amazing in my hands, and they don't get any science weapon improvements, so it's not going to be amazing in their hands, but, yeah, still could be cool. Investigate all 3 sites and found evidence of negligence. Return to the overseeing orchardist and let him know his suspicions were justified. I don't know exactly what I found, since that was several days ago, but... I guess we found what we needed to know. We are out of here. Hello.
You're back, I see. Glad Slug hasn't managed to scare you off.
I think it's more of a wonder that nothing in these law-forsaken orchards has managed to kill them.
How's the investigation going? You got a complete report for me yet?
Yeah, I've completed my investigation.
All right, let's hear the details.
Well, an herbicide was mixed in with the fertilizer, which ended up killing the saplings.
Ha! Knew Slug was behind the damn sabotage. Please. We're subtle, but that's too subtle. If we wanted to destroy your saplings, you'd have known them by the blackened remnants of their stems, not some half-assed poisoning.
A drink was spilled over the processing console, shorting it out.
A drink? I ain't never heard of no saboteur dumping drinks all over equipment to destroy it. I hate to say it, but that sounds more like worker carelessness.
How many times do I have to tell you this, old man? Slug isn't behind your problems. Slug wouldn't even need to cause you problems. Your own workers do enough.
And lastly, I took care of the roaming exterminator automechs.
I see you left a few of them intact, even. Smashed more than I'd like, but I guess I'm glad you didn't obliterate them all.
Never did like leaving a job half-finished myself. But that's me.
So what were the fine details of the sabotage anyhow? Were Slug's lackeys trying to get the mechanicals to kill all our waspitos?
I mean, I guess? They were really trying to kill everything.
Reckon they've got something in common with the waspitos then. Probably why Slug just set the mechanicals to attack everything. Eventually, they'd kill our pollinizers.
In your delusional fantasy, the waspitos wouldn't be out until next pollinization cycle. Wouldn't someone notice the rampant mechanicals beforehand?
That seems like a question you should be asking yourself.
Is there a way to manually initiate a pollinization cycle?
Well, yes. It's possible to manually start and end cycles in Hive Control, but we keep a careful watch on it. And there have been no non-Rizzo's personnel in or out.
Stop wasting everyone's time, Hathaway. What you're proposing is infinitely less likely than an idiot maneuver by one of your incompetent workers. I won't hear any further slander. Let's go through this one final time so even you can't confuse it, Hathaway. Slug didn't do a damn thing to your orchards. You're chasing ghosts.
Talk about ghosts all you like, but someone was screwing with my orchards. If it wasn't Slug, then who the hell was it? You picked a hell of a time to lose your tongue over there, friend. I guess I can't force you to tell me anything, but the peace of mind would have been worth much to me. Right now, we of the Orchards have to settle things with Slug. I reckon that you're about as impartial a third party as we're gonna get. Can you mediate?
Ah, what the hell. The Orchardist seems to get off on complicating what should be a simple deal, but at this point, I just want to be paid and go. The pollen in the air is agitating.
It is that season. Rizzo's will have bits to spare after the Brown unveiling. Could pay then, with interest.
Never like paying bits if I ain't gotta, but you're right. If we get production finished now, we'll be able to pay later. Thoughts, Slug Boy?
I think that's the first interesting suggestion I've heard since our back and forth began. Slug can wait for an increase in costs. I hope we won't have this conversation again.
And I'm out. We're done with the Orchards. Botanical Operations Building. What is this quest? A slug agent recently went missing from duty. Given the circumstances, it's a matter worth investigating. Invited to an after-hours game of cards. Report to Ludovico. Do I want to do that before or after I find the profit of profitability? Well, let's look for this missing watchman first. What a strange setup for these floating islands. I wonder if this is what the floating islands in Star Sector look like. Probably not. They probably look a bit more sophisticated. More than a bit. What the? Did I passed up a phonograph here?
Security Officer Danvers, nightly report number 27. No sign of trouble, but I'm on the lookout. If it's out there, I'll find it. Wait, I think I see someone. Approaching now. Excuse me, sir or madam. I require your participation in my nightly security report.
Killed by marauders. Tragic. Ooh, the textures on that building are really blurry. Okay, they're in. Took them a bit. What was I wearing again? Alright, this was my outfit. Where did I get this? I think I got this outfit here. Alright, and I got this new helmet. That I got in my penthouse.
I hope the murderer is caught.
I don't like how their conversations abruptly stop if you walk more than like a foot away from them. They can't just fade out more naturally. Alright, here we are. Botanical Operations. Where's our missing lad?
I just wanted to make you smile.
What the heck? Yeah.
They got the drop on us.
What are these guys doing here?
Someone bring me down. Never felt. I want to make you smile. I just want to be your friend.
How did they get out of the friggin' orchard? Oh, wow, they've got a lot of these things in them. Did they always have this many stuck in them? Goddamn. That's horrifying. Ugh. Anyway, back to what we were doing. Hello? Anybody down here? Playing a nice game of cards? Halcyon Helen commits regicide. Dissident Queen, Chapter 3. Some hours had passed since Helen's entry into the dissident hideout. She had fought no small number of slugmen, destroying the abominations in singular fashion, and had met several employees from many corporations, each forcibly taken by the dissidents for use as test subjects. One such freed captive, who had called himself Hephaestus Harry, had accompanied her as she descended into the lair of the dissident queen. Helen had exchanged only a few words with him, and now would be able to exchange no others, as the man now lay in a bloody heap at the foot of the dissident queen, who, Helen now saw, was not a person but a tremendous mutant slug. The dissidents who had apparently been guarding her were themselves quite dead, and lay in various stages of mastication throughout the room. The queen feasted on Harry's remains, but as Helen stepped forward, the monster wriggled around to face her. "A true queen for a gang of parasites," Helen shouted. The dissident queen reared back, opening its mandibles wide, and gave an inhuman shriek that shook the very foundations of the base. Work assignment list. A slug employee schedule. Under Crew C, Purpleberry Orchards and Connector Complex, someone has scratched out a name and replaced it with Evan O'Connell's.
Why'd Helen have to go and die in our hotel? We don't need that kind of notoriety.
What's going on in here? Hello, Sublight Underground Agent. Please remember not to fire your weapon at the hotel guests unless no one is around. View lockdown alert. Alert to all Sublight Underground agents. Until further notice, Eridanos atmospheric complex is under lockdown. No person is permitted to arrive or depart from the complex without explicit permission from Mr. Kincannon. From crew quarters to Vargas. Hey, Miss Vargas. Wanted to let you know everything is under control. Situation's normal, just a small weapons malfunction, and a slight gas container combustion. Workplace hazard, really. Maybe if you actually trained us, instead of spending all your time shouting your overinflated head off, Slug wouldn't need to buy itself a new wall. Oh well, live and learn, yeah? Alright, this was the message that came in from Vargas. Again, to anyone on my idiot maintenance crew who is still alive and not actively on fire, I've got a dozen reports about an explosion in the generator room. Last I recall, I sent a team of you hull heads down there for a routine inspection. Please, please tell me you remembered to shut down the Void-Forsaken generator before you started jabbing around in there. Tell me you at least remembered that most basic of security procedures. Because if you forgot, again, I swear on my grandmother's grave I will find out, and then I will find you. And if, and I do mean if, any of your organs are still functioning after I finish with you, I will rip them out and sell them to the nearest Bratwurst vendor, which will make maybe half a dent in the monetary damages you've caused on Slug's behalf. Fuck. From Lily Vargas. That goes into the hotel. Ooh, that prophet lady's on a completely different, on the biggest island in the entire complex. Yeah, I think we ought to go check her out before we go to deliver our report. But first, the Watchman. Amelia Stillwell escorted Evan to room 82 in the lower level of the Grand Colonial Hotel to sleep off whatever was affecting him. Wait, I didn't get that from that message. Did I? Hang on a second. What? A slug employee schedule, Purple Berry Orchards Connector Complex, scratched out name and replaced it with Evan O'Connell's. How did I get information? Where did I get this name and any of this information about where he was sent to? Oh, wait a minute. At the Wilderness Checkpoint building. I must have acquired that information in the previous stream, which I don't remember. Okay. That's the only thing I can figure. Alright, where this fella at?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Inspector, I've detected a structural anomaly within a 0.8 meter radius of this locked door.
That floor panel. It doesn't quite fit.
Very astute, Inspector. This floor panel appears to be slightly shorter than regulation length.
About 1/3 of a millimeter?
Now generating randomized flattery table. Well done, Inspector. What sharp oculars you possess. This floor panel is 0.3 millimeters shorter than regulation length, suggesting unauthorized modification.
I'll bear that in mind. Underneath the loose floor panel is a slightly dirty keycard. Holy shit.
Warmed up now.
It was just sitting there. Goddamn. Ugh. These things freak me out more in confined spaces like these, goddamn.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
And of course our man is dead.
Analysis confirms this is Evan O'Connell. Analysis also confirms he is dead.
Indeed. What would I do without you, discrepancy amplifier?
Per additional study of this body's skeletal structure, the cause of death was head trauma.
So he wasn't killed by the giant murder slugs.
That is correct. Evan was not killed by Eridanium gigaseus. However, Eridanium gigaseus do appear to be responsible for the early decomposition of this body's surface tissue.
So what did kill him?
Further analysis indicates Evan's fatal injuries were sustained from blunt force trauma to the back of the skull, and his head collided with the ground.
Took a bad fall and cracked his head open? Was it an accident?
There are traces of blood on Evan's hands, Inspector.
And the leg too. Did he cut himself? Or whose blood?
Analysis concludes this blood is human, type A. Medical records indicate Evan O'Connell's blood is type O.
I think it's time we talk to Miss Stillwell.
If you wish to question Amelia Stillwell, Slug's scheduling records indicate that she is presently on duty at the pilot house checkpoint.
I wish I had done the other investigate, check for foul play and stuff. Bet I would have been able to use my perception on those ones. Ah, well. How'd that thing even get in here? If I remember right, that's not even the first one. Those fucking parasites are sneaking out of the orchards. That ain't good news. Ain't good news at all. No. Oh, I'm in here again. Alright, let's go chat up Amelia. Hey, there's my ship up there. It's like the only landing pad on this island with the hotel on it. Miss Stillwell?
Non-slug personnel aren't permitted on the pilot house. Can I help you with something?
I need to ask you some questions regarding your co-worker, Evan O'Connell.
Sure. He in trouble or something?
Depends. Can you be in trouble if you're not alive anymore?
Is this a joke? You're telling me Evan's dead and that's your concern? What is wrong with you?
Sorry, I've seen a lot of bodies in my line of work. It gets to you.
Well, I can understand that. I guess. Can I ask what happened?
I'm not sure yet. You tell me, you're the one who took him to A2.
Because he got drunk on the job. He was supposed to haul crates with me, but he was sauced. So I took him to the hotel to sleep it off. Left him on one of the beds in A2. He seemed fine.
Amelia, I know something bad happened to you in A2. I want to help.
You won't believe me if I tell you.
I don't know, I'm kind of dumb. I'll believe a lot. True. I'm a recently thawed relic from a ship of lost colonists. Try me.
You what? Well, shit. Maybe you will believe me. I walked Evan to A2, like I said, and then, out of nowhere, he just came at me. One minute he's laughing and yelling about sharing his joy, and the next, he's choking the life out of me. Grinned the whole time he was trying to kill me, too.
Oh, jeez. How'd you get away?
Dumb luck, I guess. I got a good hit in, threw him off, and ran like hell. If I'd known the fall killed him, I don't know. I should have told someone.
I'll see if there are any more questions I ask, but I think I've got everything I need to know.
What do you want to know?
Why didn't you tell anyone Evan attacked you?
Because Evan would never attack anyone. I barely believe he attacked me, and I was there. Guess it shook me up pretty good. Evan's always been a total sweetheart. I don't get it.
I found slugs on Evan's body. Big ones. Any idea what that's about?
I can't help you there.
If Evan was a victim in all this, we owe it to him to find out what happened. Or better yet, can't or won't.
Have you been to Purpleberry Orchards, Inspector? Awfully nice out there. You should visit. Well, think it over.
How are you holding up?
I don't know. The whole thing shook me up something fierce, but I'm still here. I'm upset. Angry at Evan. Sad about him being... Scared folks won't believe me. I'm not much for math, so I couldn't tell you how that averages out. But Thanks for asking.
That's everything I needed to know.
So, what happens now, Inspector?
I'm not here to get you in trouble. I just want to untangle this web.
Fair enough. I just wish I could understand why he did what he did. Evan is... he was my friend. Or I thought he was. I don't know. I hope you're able to make more sense of this than I can, Inspector.
Weird that I can't bring up what I know about the slugs. Considering I went over there before I did this investigation. What the lights are broken. Grand colon. I didn't notice that before. That's good.
Hope you've been enjoying your stay.
Yeah, I'm having a good time.
Inspector, you find my missing man?
I found O'Connell. He's dead.
Shit. That's fucking inconvenient. What happened?
He attacked Amelia Stillwell, who unintentionally killed him in self-defense.
No shit. I gotta tell you, Evan's never been written up for so much as an impolite look. He attacked her? You sure?
I'm satisfied she's telling the truth.
Damn. Okay.
Also, Evan was covered in slugs when I found him.
That's unusual, but I don't see how that factors in.
Why can I not say what I know? Is this just an oversight, or was this just something that the developers didn't think to put in? Like, I know what caused it. What could cause it. The slugs freak people out. I intend to find out, I guess.
Good for you. That's a nice go-getter attitude you got there. I hope you do figure it out, but my involvement ends here. I gotta figure out who the fuck's replacing Evan. We're short-staffed as it is. A new day, a new pain in my ass.
Well, that's kind of underwhelming if you've gone to the orchards first. Work log Vargas. Just got notified that all of Eridanos is locking down. Something bad must have transpired in the hotel. My scars are aching, which can only mean one thing. There are about to be security issues, enough to be a massive void-damned pain in my posterior. From what I've seen, every bridge is locking down without my help. Talk about a surprise. Except for the one leading to the Purpleberry Orchards. I'm heading out there to make sure it's done right, and to crack some skulls if needed. If you're a slug agent, you're reading this, get your ass to the landing pad. If some uppity Byzantine gets out of here on a ship, it's gonna be all our hides. Work log for Stillwell. That is Stillwell. Here, give her a report. Here it goes. Here's the report. Hey, boss. Eat it. Any you see boodle of Spectrum Indigo, don't touch it. It's mine. Okay, so Stillwell got drunk. O'Connell. Port patrol bridge leading to the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve for 8 hours, 14 and quarter minutes. Exchange shifts with operator Stillwell, 14 and quarter minutes late. Patrolled landing pad for 8 hours, slept for 4 hours, slated to return from Exploitation Reserve Bridge for today's shift. That's not happening. Tartarus. Oh, it set me over to that different quest. Well, there's no other side things on the dock, so let's go over... figure out the profit of profitability.
Rizzo's Purpleberry Crunch.
Oh, wait a minute, I can't go over there. Like that thing said, all of the bridges except the one to the orchards are closed. Assuming that is in fact still the case. Well, let's take a look. If they're closed, then we know where we're going. Yep, the bridge is closed. Well, alright then. I guess we're making our first report. Gotta go call up Administrator Ludovico.
Hello there, my inordinately... Oh, you're the one who visited me. Hello again. Thanks so much for brightening my day. What authorized floor can I bring you to?
Authorize me up to the penthouse.
Next stop, the finest seat in the house.
The penthouse is my house. What's with the crowd over here?
Prepare to be vaporized, unwanted pathogen!
What the heck? Does somebody want to explain what's happening in my room?
There is such a thing as too clean. We ought to break open a few bottles and have some fun. Make a mess.
Why are they just
Live a little.
Why are they just looking at him? Excuse me.
Oh, sweet gibbering law. Where'd you come from? Sorry, let me just get back in character. Whoa, 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 it's not what it looks like.
Give me one reason why I shouldn't kill you. Hold on, let's not get aggressive immediately. Who are you and what do you want? Sorry, this must be the wrong room. Pretty sure it's Rizomet going through my things. No, it's time for bad cop. Give me one reason why I shouldn't kill you.
Easy, friend. No need to get violent. There are as many reasons to spare my life as there are flavors in Rizzo's Spectrum Vodka.
That's not enough.
I'll give you 2 reasons. First, I am a valuable asset to the Rizzo's Rangers Tossball Enterprise. And secondly, I'm just here doing a job for a VIP. Mascot's honor.
Well, the first reason is absolutely fucking useless to me and is completely worthless. The second reason is something that is piquing my investigator interest. What is the job?
I am acting on behalf of Mr. Black Hole Birdie, the Holmeister, the Hack Attack. I don't have a lot of time, but Mr. Birdie sent me to retrieve a message, something he recorded for Ms. Bellamy while he was off his kilter.
What's the hurry? We've got time. Tell me everything.
It's extremely difficult for me to tell you no. In fact, I'm experiencing enormous mental anguish right now. Will you meet me later, over at the pilot house? I swear, from the bottom of my employment contract, I will tell you everything I know about Ms. Bellamy's demise.
Tell me here. I mean, tell me here in the penthouse. We're fine here. Tell me what you know or they'll have to rinse your remains out of your mascot outfit.
What? But I can't? Please don't hurt me. I'm sorry. I can't. Not here. I'm sorry. The Pilot House complex. Meet me there, and I'll tell you everything, I swear.
What's the point of being able to intimidate him if it doesn't work? And what the fuck were you people doing just standing there watching him? You should have kicked his ass. Gah, what do I pay these clowns for? Well, if I was paying you, you're not getting paid anymore. Hey. Hey. Hey, well. Why wouldn't he tell me in the penthouse? Wouldn't this room be safe? Yeah, well, I'm already here. I'll make my report first.
I understand there was an incident at the orchards. The pollination cycle began without my authorization. Fortunately, you managed to save most of the hive. The wasp-ketos are essential to the orchards, you see. Losing them would have cost us months of production.
And more than a few lives. That doesn't bother you?
The orchards can be a dangerous place, but my workers understand the hazards. Something about this incident troubles me. The circumstances are suspicious. But let's concentrate on the matter at hand. Have you discovered anything?
Reach for a cigarette? Nah. Captain Spacebeard doesn't smoke. Yeah, you could say that.
You have my attention.
Dr. Blossom is dead, murdered by an unknown killer.
That's deeply upsetting. Dr. Leora Blossom was an extraordinary scientist and a friend.
She wasn't really.
We have a murderer on the loose, Inspector. As if the death of Halcyon Helen wasn't enough of a blow to our facility.
All I know is she recognized the killer. That seems to be the most important bit of information we can bring up here.
Interesting. The Rizzo's family is a small family, Inspector. Most of us recognize one another. Still, any information is good information. It troubles me to believe Leora could have been murdered by one of our own. If there's anything else you'd like to share, you have my attention.
It doesn't necessarily have to be someone involved with Rizzo's. Assuming that she didn't know anyone outside of Rizzo's, it's possible it could have been someone else. Then again, how many people... It would have to be... Well, no, somebody could have snuck in there. Security around the orchard was pretty lax. So somebody not related to Rizzo's could have got in there. The front door to the lab was unlocked, so there's no guarantee it was a Rizzo's employee. No, it wasn't. Helen insisted on touring the RR&DD lab.
Insisted? That's interesting. We'd scheduled a tour of the lab for Helen. Purely a public relations event to be held sometime in the indeterminate future. Then again, Helen and I were not well acquainted. I can't speak to her intentions.
What were you going to show her during the tour?
Little of consequence. We'd tour the grounds, pause at some locations appropriate for a portrait, let her shake hands with our scientists. Public relations.
She spent a little time in the orchards. I found evidence she was at a picnic.
A picnic? I don't recall approving a private social gathering at the orchards. I'll have to make a note of this information. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Was there anything else?
Well, the last thing was someone stole data from one of your terminals in research and development.
That's troubling, to say the least. Any transfer of proprietary data is strictly prohibited without my permission.
Someone clearly doesn't care for your permission. I have the perception, but not the hack. Damn it. This happened before the wasp-skeeto attack. Someone was trying to stop me.
Yes, I share your suspicions. Someone didn't want you following their trail. This feels like more than corporate espionage. Someone's playing with us, Inspector. And I have never in my life enjoyed games. Did you discover anything else?
I'll let you know if I learn anything else.
This incident at the orchards must be connected to Helen's murder somehow. I don't know how, but I feel it in my marrow. My apologies, Inspector. This case is under your jurisdiction, not mine. I leave it in your hands. When you're ready, I suggest a word with the hotel coroner. She should have finished her autopsy by now.
Very good. Hey, why was there a suspicious-looking mascot in my room?
Why was there a suspicious-looking mascot in your room? I'm afraid I don't understand. Is this the lead-up to a joke?
There was a Rizzo's mascot poking around my room. I already said that. You heard me, Lou.
Please don't call me Lou. I don't know why there was a mascot in your room. The Grand Colonial doesn't offer that kind of room service, I think.
You've got a serious security problem in this hotel.
Cedric has a security problem in this hotel, but your point is well taken. In any case, let me apologize for this unfortunate business. I'm sure this mascot meant no harm.
I'll take your word for it.
Was there anything else?
That's it for now. I'll be back to my investigation. Do any of you clowns have anything to say about our investigation?
Do you think it's strange that I kinda miss Ada?
Oh, no, they just have, like, comments when you chat them up. They can't, like...
Cereals are used by the board to control what the...
Nah, okay, no, nothing important, nothing important. Examine my suspects. Got a lot of information to look at here. Bertie Holcomb. Black Hole Bertie Holcomb, the Holemeister, the hack attack. Bertie was dating Helen at the time of her death. Could the hot-headed hacker be our cold-blooded killer? Examine the broken tossball stick. Ruined picnic at the Purpleberry Orchards. Tossball stick snapped in half. Were they arguing? Did Bertie lose control of his temper? Consider the other suspects. Prophet of Profitability, who we have not yet met. Jasmine Leva, the Prophet of Profitability. Her seminars on wealth, prosperity, and the alignment of one's humors attracts wealthy Byzantines to Eridanos. Does the heart of a vicious killer lurk beneath her spiritual veneer? What prevents you from unlocking your true potential? Natural talent, mental faculties, crippling anxiety? No, says Jasmine Leva. Humans must be realigned with the profitable currents of the universe. It's difficult to imagine why Helen might have held the prophet in contempt. Well, we don't really know yet. Mascot. The mascot for Rizzo's Rangers tossball team. He was in my room, searching through Helen's belongings. We have to go meet him yet before we can consider him involved in anything. List of victims. Dr. Blossom. Head of research. Was attacked by her own technicians. That is quite the assumption. An assailant murdered her. Oh, wait, no, that's referring to all the people down there in the basement going crazy. Right. Eridanos atmospheric complex. After Helen's murder, authorities placed a lockdown on all incoming and departing spacecraft. I am the only exception. Purpleberry Orchards. I think that'll become more relevant as we gather more information. There's just too much we don't know.
Aha! Always so nice to hear you, Inspector. I'll get you to your floor on the double.
Drink. Lobby, please.
To the lobby we go.
Well, we're going to talk to the coroner, so we'll keep Ellie along. And how's about, Felix? Yeah, I'll take Felix. I take people who are relevant to whatever I'm doing in some, even if it's only in a small way. Alright, where's the coroner at? In her office, no doubt. Yes, she is. discrepancy amplifier replacement? These are replacement modules for the discrepancy amplifier fitted with backups of its logic module. A label reads, "In case of careless inspector." Rude. But good to have backups. I shouldn't complain. So, I'm not seeing much of an autopsy done here. She's completely intact. Meaty fucking thighs, damn. Excuse me.
Inspector, not a moment too soon. I've just finished my autopsy report.
How did you autopsy her without cutting her open? Isn't that how the autopsies work? Yeah, what do I know? Let's hear it.
Ruth Bellamy was killed by plasma damage to the upper vertebrae, the occipital bone, and the cerebellum. If it's any consolation, her death was instantaneous and painless. I've also discovered a poisonous compound in Miss Bellamy's stomach lining ingested during her last meal. Toxic, but not enough to kill her. Spencer Woolrich complained of a stomach ailment around the same time period. I assumed he was being, Spencer. But now I'm not so sure.
You sure it wasn't just the hotel food?
The thought occurred to me. I tested this hypothesis by vacating the contents of my stomach and testing for the presence of the same toxin. Slightly elevated levels of mercury and an alarming amount of blue food coloring. But other than that, no. I'm certain it wasn't, as you put it, just the hotel food.
I am worried about the presence of mercury? That stuff can really fuck you up. When we were talking, you called her Ruth Bellamy, not Halcyon Helen. That's the same name. Why is that? That's not perceptive. That's just basic knowledge.
Oh, how curious. I do believe you're right. I wonder if this has something to do with the autopsy process. She was Halcyon Helen up until the moment I brought her to the operating table. But as soon as I cut her open, I stopped thinking of her as Halcyon Helen. It's almost as if she stopped being an icon and became a human being.
Guess that makes sense.
I had a feeling you'd understand.
I noticed you had patient logs on your terminal.
I do keep logs of every patient I treat. Despite appearances, I'm not merely a coroner. I'm also the Grand Colonial's only, and therefore greatest, doctor.
Is that allowed?
I don't see the conflict of interest. As the hotel's doctor, I attend to the health of my patients when they're alive. As the coroner, I attend to my patients when they're dead. If I do my job as a doctor, I rarely have to call upon my skills as a coroner. And if a patient dies under my treatment, my coroner's report practically writes itself.
At least you're satisfied with your work.
I'm very pleased with my work. Cedric Kincannon is an outstanding employer. What I'm about to tell you, do me a favor and keep this between us.
Cross my fingers behind my back. Inspector's honor.
That's what I like to hear. I'd much rather work for Slug than Rizzo's. Rizzo's makes a great show about the happiness of its workers, but I think it's all rather artificial. I'm paid well. I work hard. I'm given respect and a reasonable degree of freedom. Cedric Kincannon runs a tight ship. Most of us enjoy working for Slug.
I'll bear that in mind. Thanks.
Will there be anything else?
We'll talk later. So, slight bit of food poisoning, huh? Spencer Woolrich. Right, before we talk to him, I want to go... I want to go chat up this mascot character. See if he's got a good reason to keep me from not beating his ass. Oh, what the heck? Come on, map. Stop being blurry. How the fuck did he get all the way over there?
Come down.
That's the last of him!
Where do these things keep... How do they keep getting over here? Have they spread to every part of the facility? Goddamn. Doesn't look like nothing's stopping me from coming over here. Every time I talk to that lady, she said that I wasn't allowed. Yeah, maybe I should have just went with Spencer since he was closer, but damn it, this seems important.
Could use a new pair of glasses. Can't imagine where you misplaced your old pair.
You're in my sight.
Don't mess with the best!
Don't hurt me! Leave me be! Whoa!
I'm gonna need a 0G after that.
The fuck? These things were just hanging out here with you people?
For a new hat?
What the fuck is going on? Ugh. They really have spread to the entire complex. I don't like it. No, sir, I don't. Don't like it. Not one bit. I swear this thing gets really busted up really fast.
If you lose anything else, it's good to know we can purchase a replacement.
Hey, you. Come take a look. Hey, you look like you need some stuff. Fancy watch? Spare cufflink? Single earring? You want it, I've got it.
You doing okay?
Me? Oh, sure. Terrific. Never better. And as soon as I pay off my docking fines, I'll be back on my feet and in my ship.
Docking fines?
So it turns out Slug has some pretty strict rules on vehicle docking, and I may have broken a few of them. Who'd think Slug would be so strict?
What docking rules?
Let's see. There's docking without prior authorization, double docking, docking into adjacent vessels, docking while under the influence of alcohol, docking while under the influence of caffeinoids, and loitering.
Now, those all sound reasonable. Sounds like a Tuesday to me.
Well, I'm sure they'll go easier on the inspector than on little old me. But say, maybe you could help a stranger out? Buy some of my goods?
Why are you selling all of that junk?
Junk? My friend, this is not junk. These are people's prized possessions. Priceless personal effects, beloved souvenirs and knickknacks.
So, how did you come by them?
Huh? Oh, well, some of the guests left this stuff behind.
Must not be valuable if people left it behind.
Take a look for yourself.
Alright. Show me what you have. Clothes. Concierge livery 3rd class. +1 to all personality attributes. I don't know if wearing concierge attire is really the style I want to go for, but plus to personality attributes, that's... I'll take it. It's something. Alright, well, you're not making any money off of me, lady, because I'm gonna sell you a bunch of shit. bunch of junk. Grand Colonial Hotel uniform. Well, I got a better one. Space Aviator glasses. And get rid of all this junk. Good a time as any to lighten the load. Nice. And she just lost lots of money. And this guy covered a lot of ground really fast. Alright, the next time I see something, I want to see how good this Gatling is. Whether or not I will be using it, or whether I will give it to someone else. I don't like how that marker's on the ground.
Administrator Ludovico can seem intimidating, but he's a decent fellow. I know he can.
God damn it. He could have just told me in the room, but no.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
He had to go and get himself killed, like a dumbass.
Timeline discrepancy detected.
Alright, you clowns get in here. We're closing the door.
Discrepancy detected. Rizzo's company policy clearly states that all proprietary mascots must exhibit signs of physical life.
He's got one of those damn worms in his neck. Puncture wounds near his collarbone. I'm having trouble finding an exit wound.
Excellent observation, Inspector. Have you deduced a possible cause of death?
Firearms. Not a conventional weapon either.
Unusually small entry wounds indicate exotic weaponry. Closest approximations are 1. Incident involving a game of darts. 2. The Needler.
The Needler?
Yes, Inspector. The Needler. Bespoke handgun carried and wielded by Halcyon Helen. Famously deployed by Halcyon Helen in Terror on Monarch. This weapon was responsible for executing the Chief of the Savages, played by Spencer Woolridge.
Amplifier, before we go, do you think he'd miss his outfit?
This unit is incapable of providing ethical advice. This unit is also incapable of answering rhetorical questions.
That's a design flaw if I've ever heard one. Alright, well, I'll just have to claim this evidence. Alright, let's get out of here.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Vending machine power cables. That's an oddly specific item. Did it sound like he was overtly happy when I met him before? Not if he was, not to the same degree as the others. That or my brain is just being Swiss cheese.
I won't tell.
empty bottle of spirits does not belong to any known corporate brand. Suspicious residue detected.
High concentration of ethanol. Someone's brewing moonshine with antiseptics.
Excellent deduction, Inspector. Imbibing of unauthorized beverages is strictly prohibited under Rizzo's company law. Ingredients include antiseptic alcohol, sucrose, and unidentifiable miscellaneous organic material. Closest match. Counterfeit spirits available at the Piraeus spaceport.
Check the rest of the building, at least. So somebody has... Yeah, I think we already knew that somebody stole Helen's gun. We don't know who. I just don't think we know.
You can see into the hotel rooms with that thing.
Wonder what they use this thing for.
Someone was spying on the guests. Understandable, considering the clientele. Interesting place here. Ah, damn it, I need hacking. Do I have enough things that could improve my hacking? Got these goggles, but it's not enough. Damn it. Would really like to know what was on this terminal. Fuck. Is there anything I could drink that could help me? Damn it, I already sold all those other things I was carrying. Body attributes, that probably won't help. I need something that increased my intelligence. Hopefully if I find something that does that, I'll remember when I come back. Oh, or rather, I'll remember enough to come back. Personality attributes. Ah, dang it. May as well check out the rest of this place while we're here. We got here meteorological control station, round-the-clock protection to keep us safe, currently out of service. Another telescope. So not exactly a rare thing to see around here.
Inspector, hope you catch that killer soon.
Navigation dock.
Bertie Holcomb is likely beside himself in grief.
Come in and visit our spectacular museum. What's this thing in the cage? Exterior engine. Alright, well, let's check this place out. Taken some of the best views of Eridanos. Please mind the edge and don't fall over. Rizzos will no longer be held accountable for missing persons or their personal belongings. Keep your belongings with you if you decide to go missing. Navigation deck. You know, with the wood-paneled floors and the sort of dark lighting, this reminds me of a little museum that I remember over at Long Beach. It's a lot smaller than this, of course, but it had this sort of... It was all, like, wood interior, had, like, a bunch of weird old stuff. I don't get to go back there as often as I'd like to. With over 30 articulated joints and reinforced plating in purpleberry pink and nanner blue, Rizzo's guards enjoy the most fashionable armors in all of Halcyon. These brave troops show their corporate pride, whether they're battling dissidents, guarding factories, or simply giving our workers a friendly pep talk. Raise a glass of lemon slap to show your support for the corporate soldiers who protect us all. Why would they make a bigger version of the armor just as a display variant? Can you imagine life without Purpleberry Bunch, Purpleberry Crunch, Purpleberry Fizzy Tea, Purpleberry Juice, Purpleberry Liquor, Purpleberry Lunch, Purpleberry Munch, Purpleberry Punch, Purpleberry Wine? We sure can't. That's why the hardworking brand managers at Rizzo's developed the Purpleberry, an irresistible fruit with more sugar and less fiber than anything you'll find in nature. Why not book a tour for Purpleberry orchards and treat yourself to a Rizzo's Purpleberry product today? You deserve it.
Must you read every law-forsaken sign in the building?
Some of us enjoy learning things.
Oh, yeah? And what did you learn about Rizzo's armor 2 hours ago?
It's not about memorizing, it's about absorbing. Okay?
Let's absorb the one that...
I feel called out. This tossball stick was used by none other than Bertie Black Hole Holcomb during the historic match between Rizzo's Rangers and the Happydale Farmers, where Bertie's triple tackle of rival hacker Claude the Bull Payne set the record for most simultaneous rule violations. Champions like Bertie stay energized with Rizzo's Purpleberry Munch. Be like Bertie. Enjoy your favorite Rizzo's product today. It looks just like every other tossball stick. I do like the vintage, player card look. Free-range fixer. Watch the final adventures of Cascadia Bart on Terra 1 before it falls before the waves of marauding philosophists. Starring Spencer Woolrich. I like the look of them guns. Gigantower. Stunt Double 347. The legendary mount of Cascadia Bart, the frontier hero immortalized by Spencer Woolrich in the Free-Range Fixer. While the real Gigantar retired after filming and went to the home of a wealthy Byzantine collector, the ambitious shooting schedule and thrilling stunts of Free-Range Fixer meant that many smaller-scale stunt doubles got to share the role of Gigantar. 347, displayed here, performed in a scene where Gigantar and Cascadia Bart are buried in a rock slide. While her shot was ultimately cut from the film, her valiant sacrifice lives on here. Did you know Gigantar was named after Rizzo's Gigantar energy drink? Enjoyed on screen by Cascadia Bart while he battled against the vile philosophists. Prove your loyalty to Halcyon and try a Gigantar today. Available at Rizzo's vending machine near you. Engines. Not sure what this is supposed to be. Just scarecrows? Is this a mine? There are explosive containers in here. We're gonna have to come here and get in a fight at some point, aren't we? There wouldn't be explosives sitting around if that weren't gonna be the case. Books. Yeah, I feel like I definitely came here early. Spoon and forks? Is that a miscellaneous item? It doesn't look like anything I picked up before. Oh, what's this?
Greeting protocols initiating. Greeting protocols cancelled. Phaeton cannot extend pre-programmed pleasantries at this time.
The heck?
Error. Phaeton requires an attitude adjustment.
Damn right you do. You mean your gyroscopic axis is misaligned?
Affirmative.
That's very, very bad. How have we not crashed? Better question is, why is no one fixing this?
Captain Mabel Thompson is scheduled to perform routine realignment. Error. Captain Mabel Thompson is overdue to perform routine realignment.
Yeah, I'm getting that. Where is Captain Thompson?
Error. Phaeton cannot determine the whereabouts of Captain Mabel Thompson without gyroscopic realignment.
Figures.
Clarification of clarification. Phaeton must be realigned with the ship's internal gyroscope in order to calculate a flight path with an acceptably low margin of error.
I get the point. How do I fix this?
To achieve attitude adjustment, acquire the gyroscopic alignment key, or GAC, and convey it to the gyroscope management terminal in engineering. Utilize the GAC to interface with the gyroscope management terminal and execute the gyroscopic axial realignment procedure. This will achieve an attitude adjustment.
Now you're telling me all I have to do is get a key and press a button on a terminal?
Affirmative.
I don't think this Phaeton fellow's got a high opinion of our talents.
But that's so simple.
Rizzo's thanks you in advance for your assistance. Please note that Rizzo's does not pay for uncontracted labor, but a member of HR will issue a favorable remark on your permanent record. Access to engineering levels granted.
Oh boy, well, I found something to do here. Because for some reason, none of these lazy fucks are doing the job. Hey.
The coffee stain practically bled. Ends in with your lapel.
I was focused on a different quest. I'll handle this while I'm here. This would have been a job for Parvati. Ah, well, important stuff as usually doesn't require high skill checks, funnily enough. At least a lot of important stuff doesn't require skill checks. There's at least one hostile thing down here. Ah. There's fucking Raptidons in here. Of course. Of course. Of course it'd be the fucking wildlife getting into important shit. How the fuck? I'm guessing that's the captain. Or it could just be anybody. What the hell?
Waiting for this! That's not funny! I show you happiness! I just want to be your friend! He'll good! See, I just wanted to make
Score
you
one
smile!
for Felix.
So it's Raptidons and infested people. Ow! The layout of this place shouldn't preclude any of this shit happening without anybody noticing. Security on Eridanos is a fucking... It's more than a joke. It's a fucking... It's a fucking apocalyptic disaster just how bad the security is around here. There's the key. So many mag picks.
Let's take a look inside.
Oh, maybe that's the captain.
Like true professionals.
Good job, Ellie.
Oh, that's the last of him.
Hi.
You there. By the law, you seem to have your wits about you. I'm saved.
Do you want to let her down, or should I?
I mean, what are you doing here?
Definitely not hiding in a closet like a coward.
I'll have you know this isn't a closet. And I'm not hiding.
Bullshit and bullshit.
I am strategically evading a threat.
So you're hiding.
Let's not get hung up on semantics.
I'll get hung up on
The
whatever
only
I
people
want.
I've seen down here tried to kill me. The automechs are shooting anything that moves. And then there's the canids.
All I'm hearing are excuses.
I know. But look, there are right now problems and there are later problems. Crashing into a storm, succumbing to crushing atmospheric pressure, those are later problems.
Captain, I'm going. Are you going to help me or not?
No need to trouble yourself. I'll handle the realignment. Later. Soon, even. I'm just not ready yet.
You're the captain. You want to live like a coward or die like a hero?
Live like a coward. Shit. Ah, right. I see what you're trying to do. And it's working. I'll let you help.
You got a real interesting motivational technique.
I know.
Meet me at the engineering overlook above the gyroscope. And bring the GAC. Just watch your step. The automechanicals will fire on anything that moves. Except for their captain, of course.
Mm-hmm. Seriously? Can't make an exception for me?
I'm a captain, not an engineer. Still, you might be able to avoid some of them if you come through here.
Whatever. Oh, door's open. Didn't even hear it open.
Can we do that again?
The captain was just standing there after the door opened. Was she waiting for us, or... I need to go that way.
Right behind you. I'm just plotting my route.
Uh-huh. Wrench. Thought that looked like a gun. Not a gun. It's a wrench. Yeah. This is welcome to the robot zone. Yep.
Nice and quick.
Place got kind of an odd layout. I was already up here.
Oh. You're the best there ever was.
Damn right I am.
Everyone all right?
Mega Canid host? Why am I moving so slowly? Am I over encumbered? I'm not. I think my leg is broken. Oh, my leg was broken. Well, let's poke around the rest of this place. Looks like it's just more problems. How did this many security people die to fucking dogs? View recent requisition requests. Spectrum Brown, 20 units. Time to celebrate all our hard work this quarter. Filled. Sodium vapor lamp, 3 units. Please, I've been trying to make repairs to the ductwork for a week, but I can't see a damn thing. I got lost for 16 hours last time I went in, and I'm starting to see things in the dark. Quartz vacuum tubes, 1 unit. Anonymous. One of the tubes in the breaker room mysteriously shattered. Need to replace. Tossball, 5 units. The team needs to blow off some steam. A little rec time would do wonders for morale. Fulfilled. Knee guards, 1 unit to Vargas. I'm crawling around in the guts of this place all day, and my knees are all but shattered. Alright, that's just back there. Okay. Over to the control room, or whatever it's called. Gyroscope Management Terminal. That's what we're going to.
I know we got a murder to solve, but I say we take our time. Enjoy the hotel. No one's allowed off the islands except us. The killer ain't going anywhere. Unless they jumped off the edge. And they got some way to fly. Huh. Didn't think about that. Yeah, boss?
Does being on the case give us temporary immunity? Think they'll let us confiscate a few stray bits?
They won't, but we'll take whatever we want. Someone got mulched in here. This much blood. I swear, this is too much of a disaster for it to just be an accident. There's Mabel. How the hell did she get down here? Did she crawl through a vent? Ow. Oh, shit.
You gotta get past that armor! That had to hurt!
Ow. That's why they're not dead yet. They're in the doorway.
Time for a drink?
Alright, when these things hit you, they fuck up your legs. Okay, yeah. Yeah, science weapons, they really need them to get way better by... You know those science perks, and I didn't take any of them. Why is it so fucking slow? Why is it so slow?
By the law, those Canids are done for. We did it, friend.
We didn't do anything. You watched while I did the work.
Yes, well, that's a supervisor's job. Anyway, I was thinking, you should do the honors. Realign Phaeton, since you've been such great help in all of this.
Lady Rizzo should be making me captain at this point. Execute gyroscopic axial realignment procedure. Oh boy. I want to know how the fuck all these dogs got in here. I don't think we're gonna find out.
Greeting protocols suspended. Checking for gyroscopic alignment. Gyroscopic alignment confirmed. Rizzo's thanks you for your assistance. All systems are functioning.
And that's it.
Happy customers are repeat customers.
That guy sounded happy, and for a moment I thought he had a worm in his neck. He's good, he's clean. He's clean.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. What is with this fucking map? Okay, that's a spaceport and it's locked up, so we can't go there.
20 minutes in there.
Long enough to look
Let's go Gain access to the VIP area. We gotta go interrogate Spencer Woolrich. I'm just having such a hard time imagining how those fucking Raptidons got in there. I realize that they feel the need to keep things exciting and have things for the player to shoot at, but you could at least have it make some kind of sense. How the hell did that happen? I don't understand how a lot of these things are getting to the places that they are on a crowded place that is constantly lit 24/7. It's basically always broad daylight here. And then there's these assholes. Alright, Spencer Woolrich.
I bet you believed Halcyon
The Grand Colonial Front Desk warmly welcomes you, Inspector. It's a pleasure to see you again. How may I be of assistance to you, Inspector?
I need access to the VIP guest floor.
I'd love to, Inspector, but I don't really have the authority. Moreover, the guests were promised exclusivity. If I let you up there, I'll never hear the end of it.
The only guest who'd have a problem with me being up there would be the murderer.
That's a good point. If they give me guff, I can just tell them that they're obstructing justice. That has a nice ring to it.
Doesn't it?
Let me just set you up with VIP guest floor access. Done. You can now come and go as you please.
Whoa. Cracking my neck. Thank you very much.
Aha! Always so nice to hear you, Inspector. I'll get you to your floor on the double.
VIP guest floor.
If you see Black Hole Birdie, be sure to get an autograph for me. Just joking. I've already got one.
We're the future of sublight. Just you wait and see.
Birdie's a good fella. Powerful temper, though.
Alright. The heck is this, blood or oil? Hello?
Initiating enter protocol. Now simulating familiar and welcoming demeanor. Burbage 3001 is trained to recognize all board-approved actors. Greetings, fellow star. Your performance in Maverick Johnston's latest drama was memorable.
Good to know that my my one appearance on the silver screen is recognized. You've had some work done. Who upgraded you?
Burbage 3001's programming is frequently upgraded to adhere to board-certified standards. The most recent upgrade was performed by Spencer Woolrich. Banter
Really?
protocol exhausted. Reverting to default behavior. Grieving and despair. Oh, Halcyon Helen. May your atoms be commended to the Aether.
Have I mentioned before that I like the robot voice? Because I like the robot voice a lot. You knew Halcyon Helen?
Burbage 3001 was designed to disrupt Halcyon Helen's monopoly over the Aetherwave serial market. This unit's programming is based on Helen's most famous roles. Burbage 3001. Anything Halcyon Helen can do, this unit can do slightly worse.
Does that include dying?
This unit has been programmed to simulate existential dread. Watch Burbage 3001 contemplate its mortality in the critically acclaimed drama.
Oh, no, I do that enough on my own time.
Results. This unit has not yet completed its grief cycles, randomizing despair tables. Oh, Helen, is there no justice in the world?
What upgrade was provided to him? I noted that there was an upgrade, but all I know is that Spencer was the one who applied it. Just leaving his door unlocked.
About time you arrived. I see you haven't dressed the way I asked you to, but I suppose that was expecting too much of a non-industry lout. Expect a complaint to management. Now, unless you'd like to waste more of my time, I suggest we begin rehearsing. Ready? You've fallen right into my trap, Captain. Oh, don't bother to fight back. You cannot hope to stop me from installing philosophism as the system's reigning ideology.
Was he an eyeshadow? I'll play along for the moment. We're gonna go to insulting this guy afterwards, though, probably. You'll never take over Halcyon, Fiend.
How does the scenery taste? Good, I trust. Wait a moment. You're not wearing a bellhop's ID, which must mean you're not Owen's understudy. That man can't even be relied upon to find his own replacement. Oh, no, this is curious indeed. Who are you, and how did you get in here?
Just a marauder. I'm here to investigate the murder of Halcyon Helen. I'll be asking you some questions.
You're here to investigate me? Oh, I assure you, I'm nothing special. Just an old crook with more money than time.
I think you misheard me.
That was a quote from The Retiree's Revenge, in which I played an ex-thief turned decrepit old man. But, of course, I'm certain you already recognized it. Now, what shall I sign first? Your weapon? Your wallet? Or perhaps something, a little more personal? Undergarment signatures have been popular of late, or so I've heard.
You completely ignored the reason I'm here. I'm not here for an autograph.
Do you mean to say you're not a fan? Well, then how did you get in here? The only staffer cleared for guest room entry is the inspector for Bellamy's murder. Oh. Oh! Hello.
I told you that! Just now! Hello.
Hi. Terribly sorry, Inspector. I didn't realize it was you. Understand that I am beyond willing to comply with your search for the fiend that did Bellamy in. You know, now that I look at you, you're the perfect reflection of me, back when I starred in the Marauder's Bane. The absolute picture of justice. Ask me anything at all. I might even give you a straight answer.
You better. Who are you exactly?
I'm sure you're joking. Perhaps I'm not in my prime, but you've no doubt seen the name Spencer Woolrich on many a serial advertisement throughout your travels.
I've seen your name around.
You think? I mean, yes, of course. You have, obviously.
I'm not even trying to be mean to him. I honestly only have heard his name. I'd like to ask you about the murder.
Certainly. But one quick question before we begin, if I may. How was it that Bellamy met her end?
She was poisoned and shot with plasma.
How awful. Whoever did this must have been quite heartless.
Did you know Helen well?
Bellamy has been my co-star throughout the autumn of my career. I should like to think I knew her. In fact, I cannot name a single role in the last 10 years that did not involve her in some way, unless you count the uncredited silent shopkeep on Melissa's Meteoroids.
Why did you keep starring alongside her?
I'm not too proud to admit it. I couldn't get work on my own. Whether or not I wanted to accept it, Bellamy had captured the eye of the colony. People kept talking about the charisma we had on screen, but I felt more chemistry with certain teacup canids than with her. As you may have been able to conclude, I wasn't terribly enamored with Bellamy, but that doesn't mean I'd kill her.
What were you up to at the time of the murder?
I was meditating, of course. That's how I get into character.
You're meditating, really?
All actors have their methods, and this has been mine ever since I met that wonderful prophet of profitability. She taught me it for my role in The Unemployed Cometh. I had to lie face down on artificially heated pavement. The director wanted our suffering to be convincing. Needless to say, being able to leave my body helped to mitigate the pain, both during the 8-hour shoot and with the second-degree burns afterwards. I owe that woman much.
He's not quite as insufferable as I thought he'd be. I mean, in the beginning, sure, but he's fairly cooperative right now. Got anybody who can corroborate your meditative activities?
Respectfully, Inspector, it is rather counterproductive to commune with others while meditating.
Fair. How long have you worked with the Prophet?
Yeah, actually, only since I've been at the Colonial. The Unemployed Cometh was shot on site. That makes it, a few weeks. I cannot recommend her services enough. If you haven't been to see her yet, you really should.
I probably will at some point. Okay, back to my other questions.
I'll answer whatever you wish.
Speaking theoretically, how would you have killed the victim?
Oh, come now, Inspector. What do you take me for? I'm an old man. I neither have the time nor the willpower to kill people for fun. Besides, I have my reputation to think of.
It was just a theoretical. Back to other questions.
I suppose that is enough on that grim subject.
I hear you were poisoned.
Indeed. The agonizing bowel pain was most undignifying. While I've certainly had no shortage of inadequate hotel meals, this was most explicitly pronounced. I suspect poison. And who would be most likely to poison me but Chef Anwar? Oh, we've clashed almost non-stop about his slop preparation. He must have tainted my meal in retaliation.
According to the coroner, Helen was also poisoned.
How alarming! Whoever targeted her was certainly targeting me. I can only thank my ironclad constitution that I'm standing here before you.
Helen wasn't killed by the poison, however.
Oh, that's very good to know. Perhaps the poisoner simply meant to incapacitate us both, disrupt the product launch. I couldn't say, Inspector. I'm merely an actor.
Mm-hmm. Why didn't you go to the clinic for your stomach pains?
Is that a jibe? Could you imagine the tabloid headlines? Spencer Woolrich, Aetherwave star, spotted in gastronomic distress. Oh, unseemly hardly describes the half of it.
Can you think of anyone other than the chef who would want to harm you?
None that I can think of. I treat all hotel staff equally, and with the minimum level of respect that they deserve.
And that's all I wanted to know.
Very well, then.
I've learned a thing or two about your activities in the hotel.
Oh? Have you now? Please do go on. Don't leave me in suspense.
Why does he sound so nervous? I found a bottle of tainted liquor. I did? When did I find that? Might have had something to do with your poisoning.
That, yes. Yes. I distinctly recall ordering an alcoholic beverage with my meal. This hotel is certainly bringing a new meaning to the phrase rotgut. Management shall receive the complaint to end all complaints.
When did I find that? Also, I spoke with Burbage. He told me you upgraded him.
I did indeed. With Halcyon Helen parading her fame about, I was left without an acting partner. Burbage is no exception. His acting protocols were nothing short of a joke. So I decided to make some modifications, installing him with some of my old serial quotes as, I think, improved his range. The way he bungled about with that weapon of his hardly befitted a dissident, so I modified it as well. He's much quicker on the draw now, though he's still a machine.
Upgraded his combat capabilities? Got my eye on you.
I'm quite used to being breathlessly watched.
I will be breathing. That's it. Goodbye. I'm now going to go through your things. Danger Close by Spencer Woolrich, Act 7, Scene 15. Open at the pilot house, night. Johanna's Danger, played as always by the dashing Spencer Woolrich, stands hands clasped on the roof of the pilot house. He's deeply absorbed in thought, his furrowed brow and downturned lips making his refined face look all the more handsome. There is a knock at the door. Enter Lionel, Danger's faithful manservant. Sir, what's the matter? Everyone's looking for you. They want to celebrate how you single-handedly saved Eridanos from Boss Smasher and the dissident junk ship. Ah, Lionel. Thank you for coming to get me. I'd love to rejoin the others, truly, I would. But when I fired my home-built anti-craft cannon, destroying the junk ship in a single shot, a flaming piece of shrapnel landed in the middle of the Rizzo's distillery. Several workers were killed, but worst of all, the damage to the facility will take thousands of bits to repair. Sir, you're much too hard on yourself. Though the facility was damaged, you saved hundreds of lives by destroying the dissidents. If those people had been freed by the dissidents, that is, killed, The losses in future capital would have been much worse. You saved our corporations from that fate. Perhaps you're right, my friend. Perhaps you're right. I am, sir. Now come along. Let us drink a refreshing bottle of Rizzo Spectrum Brown in celebration of your victory. I'd like that very much. Writing his own scripts. Oh, these like all bunch of pre-signed photographs. Welcome, Spencer Woolrich. Reminder, you have a fingernail engoldening appointment at 5:30 tonight. Now, these are probably just the complaints. To management from Spencer Woolrich. New room urgently demanded. There seems to have been some kind of mistake. When I first arrived at the Grand Colonial for this unveiling, I was led to a small sitting room. The kind that an individual might be allowed to relax in, with moderate comfort before being led to his actual quarters. It has been a week and a half, yet no one has arrived to deliver me to my actual room yet. If I didn't know better, I'd assume that this was meant to be my actual room. If I didn't know better, I might assume that you tried to play Spencer Woolrich, star of hundreds of serials, the hero of Aetherwave sets colony-wide in a room where he can hardly walk from one end to the other without bumping his toe on the foot of his bed or his shoulder upon his desk. How'd you bump your shoulder into the desk while walking? I might even assume that Ruth Bellamy was placed in the Grand Colonial Penthouse Suite on purpose rather than by mistake. But I'm sure the issue will be rectified soon and our positions will be swapped. I hope you won't try to tell me anything to the contrary. And their response, Mr. Woolrich. While the Grand Colonial staff understand your consternation at being placed on the VIP guest level of the Grand Colonial, we're afraid that there was no mistake. Ruth Bellamy, as current spokeswoman for the Spectrum Brown unveiling, is currently slated to have the penthouse suite. An actress of her station deserves only the best. The VIP guest floor comes in very close as the second best selection of the hotel. The penthouse suite is only about twice as large as your current lodgings, and the amenities it provides are only perhaps 3 or 4 times better than those you have access to now. The current lodgings are proper for an actor of your caliber. If you have any other requests, we'll be sure to respond to them after we get to Miss Bellamy's. Yep. To all guests, subject guest safety. This looks familiar. I think I read this one. I probably read the other two and I just forgot. We're sure you've no doubt heard of the horrible event that occurred in the Grand Colonial Ballroom earlier today. While we know that many of you are concerned for your safety, take heed. We've heard your concerns and know that nothing quite says safety like dozens of guns. Armed security will be present all throughout the Grand Colonial on every floor except employee floors 24/7. Freely go about the hotel premises and spend to your heart's content without worrying about someone shooting you in the back of the head. He's written on his... Is that... You'd think there'd be a mirror there. You are talented, you are magnificent, you are a joy for others to be around. You are definitely not a 2-bit hack. You being... What does that say? You bring life to the world around you through the art of theater. On a medicine.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Discrepancy.
Discrepancy detected. This bottle, recently discarded, contains residue from foreign substances. Chemical analysis complete. This unit has detected the following substances: oil, terrare, blood, terrare, unidentifiable biological fluids, terrare.
That's a lot of terrare. Were the substances added later?
Yes, Inspector. Logical analysis indicates these substances were not present in the bottle's original contents.
Is it toxic?
These substances cause extreme gastrointestinal distress in humans. Large doses can be fatal. This bottle contained Rizzo Spectrum vodka. The presence of terrare biological fluids may have significantly improved its flavor.
I suppose we ought to go speak to the chef. Anyone else I can chat up here? Zeke Hannigan.
Zeke Hannigan, Rizzo's Rangers 16th back. Pleased to meet you. What can I do for you?
Hello there. How long have you been with the Rangers?
About half my life. You know I was named third most profitable investment on 2 non-consecutive seasons? Ain't a lot of players who can make that claim. Except for the guys who came in first and second, I guess. I spent the last season injured and almost got sold to the Hephaestus Hammers, but now I'm all convalesced. Ready to lay into some Cleo darlings, you know? Really break some legs.
What brings the Rangers to Eridanos?
Since it's the off-season, we're helping support the launch of Rizzo Spectrum Brown. Meet the fans, sign tossball cards, that sort of thing. How about you, fella? You after a signature?
Nah, I think I'll pass.
He's just being coy. Anyway, where was I? Just between you and me, Rizzo's ought to cancel the whole event out of respect for Miss Helen.
Seems like a pleasant enough fellow. Speaking of Helen, I have some questions about her murder.
Oh, you must be that inspector people have been talking about.
I am.
It's a damn shame about Miss Helen. She was always real good to me and the rest of the Rangers. Birdie's taking it pretty hard. Miss Helen was the love of his life. So, what did you want to know?
Tell me about Birdie and Helen.
Oh, Birdie was mad about Helen. He was certifiable. The big galoot loved Helen about as much as he loved the game. Trouble is, Birdie was not blessed with an abundance of temper. Helen kept Birdie steady. If he lost his temper around her, it'd be because something broke between the two of them.
Do you think Birdie could have killed Helen?
What? Law, no. Birdie's got a fierce temper, but there's no way he'd ever have laid a finger on Miss Helen.
Yeah, honestly, unless he was involved with some weird people, I wouldn't suspect a lover and or former lover. This doesn't... There's way too much weird stuff going on for this to be something as simple as a lover's quarrel. Can you think of anyone who would want to murder Helen?
Miss Helen was outspoken. She made her share of enemies on account of her expressing herself. Just between you and me, I heard rumors the Prophet never much cared for Helen's brand of blunt honesty.
So I've heard. Where were you at the time of the murder?
I'm ashamed to admit it, but me and a couple of the other Rangers spent the night in Constable Keen's cells down at the spaceport. We didn't do anything serious, just a bit of pranks and vandalism. It's what usually happens when we all get to drinking. Guess Constable Keen saw things a bit differently and had us hauled off.
Was Birdie in jail with the rest of you?
No, we lost him somewhere along the way. Or maybe he managed to get away? I can't rightly remember. But he was definitely not sharing a cell with us. That much I know.
Interesting.
What can I do for you?
Thank you for your time, sir. Mr. Hannigan? What a very pleasant fellow.
Top rungers are into some weird shit.
I can see that.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Multiple discrepancies detected. First discrepancy. A woolly cow is present in this hotel room. Woolly cows are an import species for the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve and are incapable of affording upper-class accommodations. Second discrepancy. This woolly cow is dangerously inebriated with Rizzo Spectrum vodka. Alcohol sanguinization ratio exceeds recommended maximum.
Is that the recommended maximum for human beings or for woolly cows? No, I can actually ask. And the recommended maximum blood-to-alcohol ratio for a woolly cow is...
0.
So a cow can't have a good time in this colony?
This unit has not been programmed to include bovine jurisprudence in its library of information.
Correct this
A brief
immediately.
survey of this area reveals that the most recent occupants were athletes, belonging to the Rizzo's Rangers Tossball Club.
Big surprise there. Was Black Hole Birdie here?
Insufficient data.
Damn
A
it.
brief survey of localized property damage, divided by the area of this room, yields the following estimate. This unit was likely occupied by every member of the Rizzo's Rangers. -1.
I see. Weird shit. I don't want to investigate too much into what was going on in here. Unless it has something to do with the murder, I'm not interested. Ooh, somebody's been drinking.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
How much you want to bet this is Birdie's room?
The charred fragments of a letter lies at the bottom of this wastebasket.
Looks like... It's not just charred, the embers are still glowing. I can make out the words station, meeting point, and emergency.
Your observation is correct and quite astute.
Ooh, maybe they had to put a body in storage. That would be fun.
Cold. Cold? It's not cold. The bird part is glowing. You might not be able to tell, but it was faintly pulsing when we were looking at it.
Someone burned this letter shortly after Halcyon Helen's death.
Yeah, look at it. It's slightly going. How? That doesn't make any sense at all. Need a more solid lead. Better keep looking around. Drinking in the shower. Toilet in the shower. Now that's just prime convenience right there. Whoops.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. A single footprint, size 10, tossball cleat-sized.
Amplifier, analyze the footprint for any residue.
The soil in this residue contains a very high concentration of oxygen.
High concentration of oxygen usually points to a terraformer.
Well done, Inspector. The weather monitoring station at the pilot house substitutes for a terraformer. The soil in this footprint likely came from there.
The clues I found point me to the Phaeton pilot house's weather monitoring station. Weapons and modifications. Signed tossball stick. It's glowing. Whose room we got here?
They can't keep us out.
A purple suit jacket?
Okay.
Gray shoes? Well, whoever was here wasn't one of the Rangers, unless one of them liked to dress fancy. Also, 2 purple berry bunches on the pillow, so somebody else... There's like 2 people bunking up in this room. Otherwise, there's nothing for me to investigate here. Alright, well... Let's go hassle the cook.
Aha! Always so nice to hear you, Inspector. I'll get you to your floor on the double.
Lobby, please.
To the lobby we go.
damn.
I hope we don't have to wait all the way to the end of this mystery to get a hold of that gun. Like, there is no way it's gonna be involved in killing any of the people, which it has been. And they wouldn't make it so that you could pick it up. It's good. It's the best looking gun in this entire game, and if it's not available to me by the end of this, I'm gonna be very upset. Broken elevator notice. The Grand Colonial Hotel Service elevator is out of commission, or out of order, and will be for the foreseeable future. Please use the stairs to transport all equipment to and from the employee quarters until further notice. Additional liniments will be dispensed for those whose back pain becomes too severe to continue providing the impeccable service our hotel is known for.
Yes? Are you here for the double rack of smoked sprat? Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but you'll have to wait. Oh, don't give me that look. Let me see if I can pencil you in for later. Actually, what am I saying? I can't do that. I'm booked for the next month. You'll have to make a reservation.
Make a reservation for food? No smoked sprat with the purple berry glazed canid flank steaks.
Weren't you listening? We're reserved solid for the next month. I'm sorry, but you'll really need to order in advance.
How horrifying. I'm here to investigate Halcyon Helen's murder.
You're the inspector? Here? Why? I mean, you may ask me whatever you want. I have nothing to hide.
Very good. You seem pretty wed to your craft. Were you in the kitchen at the time of the murder?
No. As it so happens, I was down in the employee break room. I wasn't taking an unsanctioned break, of course. I was merely fetching ingredients.
A bit of a pause there. So you said you're the hotel chef. What's that like?
I prep dishes day in and day out for guests, and while I doubt their palates are refined enough for my flavors, the work is rewarding. After all, I can take pride knowing that I simply am the best cook this side of Halcyon. No one else can even hope to compare.
Shouldn't you be wearing like a hairnet when you got that much hair? Did you prepare all of Helen's meals?
Of course I did. I would never allow anyone else to touch the meals of so important a guest.
You're sure no one else was involved?
Well, yes, I'm positive. Why?
If Helen was poisoned and no one else touched her meal, you poisoned her, right?
Oh my law, this is the end, isn't it? My mother always warned me that the culinary world was too dangerous, but I didn't heed her warnings. Spencer Woolrich and Bellhop Owens were underfoot in the kitchen as I was preparing Helen's meal. Either one of them could have tampered with the food when I was fetching ingredients.
Alibi's a little thin here. Why should I believe anything that you're saying?
I understand your reluctance, but... Oh, I just remembered. The kitchen security camera. It'll prove I'm telling the truth about everything. Constable Keene has access to the security footage in her office at the spaceport. If you visit her, you can figure out what truly happened with Helen's meal.
Spaceport's under lockdown, though. Why are you being so evasive about leaving Helen's food unattended?
Well, it's a breach of professionalism, of course. Why else would I worry about it?
Because some Halcyon food combinations turn to acid when unsupervised?
What? Truly? That's an alarming business oversight. Instead of volatile chemicals, the corporations should put barbiturates in everything. Everyone likes barbiturates.
Barbiturates?
But I don't believe that was a risk with Helen's meal. I was, up to something else.
I have never heard that word before.
I may have taken some time to engage in a teensy bit of recreational drinking, and consequently, I may have been somewhat less than coherent after preparing Helen's meal.
Hold on a minute. I gotta look up that word. Barbiturates. Any of a class of sedative and sleep-inducing drugs derived from barbituric acid. Alright then, I've learned a word. Okay. Any idea... Well, we know where he is, but we'll ask anyway. Any idea where we might find Bellhop Owens?
Yes, but not specifically. Owens often procures exotic ingredients from the creatures at the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve. Our guests can be rather... particular. Let's not talk about the incident with the Raptidon pheromone glands. It's always hard to say when Owens might be back. If I were you, I'd make a trek to the reserve myself. Otherwise, who knows how long you'll have to wait.
What was Spencer Woolrich doing around the kitchen?
Mr. Woolrich often finds the hotel's meals wanting. He seems to enjoy complaining in person.
I can believe that.
While I could appreciate someone with a discerning palate for once, I believe that Mr. Woolrich simply enjoys the attention he gets from us. Though don't tell him I said as much. If you wish to speak with him, Mr. Woolrich can most likely be found in his suite on the VIP guest floor. He's usually there if he's not poking around here.
That's all I wanted to ask about. Guess we'll see if you're telling the truth.
Thank you for your understanding, Inspector. I'm sure you'll find the true culprit before long.
Where are these security cameras he speaks of? Up in the corner, maybe? I don't see any security cameras. In the ceiling, maybe? Is he talking a bunch of shit, or did the devs not actually put a security camera in there? Fucking up. Samples will be billed to your room. Oh boy. Retrieve kitchen security footage. Speak with Owens. Yeah, didn't we see him outside the elevator?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. This is a bottle of unreleased Rizzo's product. Helen appears to have attempted to use it to spell something as she expired, but all she managed was a sticky bee.
Wait, this wasn't here before, was it? Was it covered by the body? I don't... surely I wouldn't have missed this. What? Probably Spectrum Brown, of course. Was she trying to spell the name of her killer?
This hypothesis is plausible, but requires additional information.
He could stand for anything. Like Spectrum Brown?
Now calculating likelihood of Halcyon Helen using her final moments to endorse Rizzo's Spectrum Brown. Low to moderate likelihood.
Well, Black Hole Birdie is staying here. He's got 2 Bs.
I was wondering about that. Before we arrived, I heard something on the Aether Waves about Black Hole Birdie taken up at the Grand Colonial.
Correct. Bertie Black Hole Holcomb is a registered guest at the Grand Colonial Hotel.
Anybody else I should know about?
Accessing guest database B. The Grand Colonial Hotel is proud to serve the following VIPs. Bertie, Black Hole. Burbage 3001.
Make a note of this for later, Amplifier.
This evidence has been recorded for later reference. Now generating pre-approved complement. Splendid work, Inspector.
Thanks. Why is it like a heavily, like a cut down version of like a poster there? Very hastily set up, wasn't it? Oh, it's put right on the spot where her thing was. Seriously, how did I miss that? That doesn't seem like it would have been possible for me to miss. Oh boy. So we gotta get the kitchen security footage and talk to Owens. Wilderness Exploitation Reserve is probably gonna be full of stuff. Birdie's at the spaceport. Yeah, we got a couple of things to run around and figure out. But that'll have to be later. This seems like a good spot to stop, right at around the 4-hour mark. Yeah, it doesn't seem like... I feel like I'm no closer to figuring out who the killer is. I've got a lot of various bits of information, but none of it really feels like evidence I can use to narrow things down. And honestly, most of the motives that I can think of don't really seem kind of flimsy. Or possibly they are just distractions for some kind of weird corporate espionage, considering with those files stolen out of the research and development lab, that was the point where this was like, this isn't just a murder, there's some other bullshit going on behind the scenes. But what? What indeed? Maybe we'll figure it out next time. Who knows? Hey, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See you around. And hey, next stream I'll actually be playing a new game, since Persona 5 Strikers is done. Woo. Yeah, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. I'll probably figure it out the day I do it, like half an hour before I get started. I just don't plan at all, do I? Goodbye.